Welcome, everybody, to episode 1124 of the Unpaid and Underrated Podcast, a podcast for crew, by crew, attended by crew, mocked by crew, and I guess listened to by crew sometimes. I am
Sometimes.
one of your hosts, Big Joey. I am joined, as always, by Big Keith,
Howdy, howdy.
and we have Big Jonathan over there. How are you doing?
Good. How are you guys?
Wonderful, wonderful.
Living the dream.
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's dive right in. Anybody got any drinks they want to talk about?
Just run-of-the-mill Waterloo in the strong and silly pint. Now I will elaborate a little bit. Someone in the Discord, I think, had posted the picture of the purple strong and silly pint and made a bit about it being like a pool noodle or something.
Yeah.
And I made the comment of like, no fucking pool noodle has the grip like this fucker does.
Yeah, I did enjoy that. That was good.
I've got a liquid death, squeezed to death, actually, in a koozie that Big David made.
What was that flavor one more time?
Squeezed to death.
What's
Yeah.
the essence or the sense? Because
Orange.
we like to shit on oh, okay.
Yeah.
I could maybe try that.
No, he's
Just
like,
adding
I
a
want to shit on that. Oh,
No,
wait,
well,
it's
they
orange?
fucking have sucked. Like every
He
goddamn
won-
flavored liquid death I've had, except the natural, like the unflavored one, has
Yeah.
just been too tart and sugary. It's like if
Yeah.
I wanted that, I would just drink fucking like high C.
He wanted to shit on it till he found out it had a little glaze on it.
Yeah.
the orange is intriguing, and that's in the David Hunter made orange Keith Head koozie. That's a good one.
Right.
Yeah, I don't have anything, but I do have a drink spotter chill, which I probably should have got a second one when I did my last order, which isn't here, by the way.
No,
No,
They
I
did.
ordered from the December 19th drop. It's still not here.
was
Yeah.
it the episode? I don't remember. We'll get into their last week's episode in a minute at some point, but like I think it was the most recent episode. I can't. Was this the one where they talked about their statistics and stuff of what their best performing?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
the fact that
Yeah.
Drink Spotter Chill being like their second or third most sold item was pretty impressive.
Yeah, this thing's incredible. Did you see my picture the other day? Like, it goes on the
Yeah,
back
you
of
had
my
your
phone.
phone, right?
Yeah,
I wouldn't
it's
have.
Go ahead.
Sorry. Didn't mean to step on your dick there.
Badoosh.
I wouldn't have expected that drink spotter chill, just off the cuff. But the more you think about it, it kind of makes sense that was one of the
I
higher
think it's
sellers.
units sold, not like
Right.
profit margin, right? So like
Right.
it's like a $9 or an 11. Well,
Exactly.
well, I don't did I it's funny because they're constantly tweaking their shirt prices, I feel. And I think currently they're maybe it was just our shirt, but it was like 31 or 30 whatever it was, like .69, and I was just like, I've never seen that before. So I don't know if it was a new thing. I don't know if across the board they were all .69 instead of .99, but I did chuckle when I saw that.
No.
I have my podcast shirt on, the red one. I think this is the 5-year anniversary or 7-year anniversary.
Seven, which is
Hold on.
wild. That's 3 years
Stand by.
old now. That was right before we got in the podcast.
Does it say on the back?
You could have to
Can't
stand up.
see it.
You got to stand up, but you're just showing me your neck. It doesn't say anything. It's just an M.
Oh,
I think it says it on the shirt, but I'm 99.7% sure it's the 7 years.
7 years. Yep.
Called it. I am wearing the 2023 Lift Hard Live Easy 1 t-shirt in honor of registration opening today. And probably selling out as of today, quote unquote, like 7 days ago. It sold out. All I when you hear this.
Last I checked, I think there was 91 spots sold
90,
for the
92, I think.
powerlifting.
I just
Was
looked
it?
a minute
Okay.
ago. Yeah, it was 90. It was
Okay.
8 spots left. So
Yeah.
hopefully by the time this airs, Larry got signed up because he's not on the roster yet.
Oh yeah, that would be problematic. I'm wearing the Massonomics gray hoodie. One could
Yeah.
maybe call it a coat even. So,
You got something keeping your head warm too, it looks like.
oh yeah, the new
See,
hat.
I kind of regret not getting that hat just due to peer
The
pressure, but
silly
I
goose
also
hat
just
for reference.
yeah, the new one. But I also just don't like that style of hat.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not usually my favorite, but I do like this one, and I do. It's my good hat, I guess you could say.
It's,
So,
it's your going out hat.
it's my Sunday go to meeting hat. Yeah.
It's funny. I don't know what it's like. Something my algorithm's been showing me a bunch of construction stuff, and it's like my wife's afraid I'm out cheating on her or this, that, and the other, and she's like, I'm just afraid she finds out that I'm wearing my good pants to work today, like he's like digging a ditch or something. She's
Yeah.
gonna chuckle. I got to have a lot of stuff that are eccentric to me, so I'll try to just hit them quick. At least some of them, and then we can sprinkle in some other stuff. I lost $500 at the DMV essentially last week. It was horrible. I was so depressed. So Garage Gym Experiment was doing a giveaway, or if you were listening to they do a live podcast every Tuesday, and I happened to be, maybe it was Tuesday. Yeah, no, it was still on vacation, so I was off. I listen to it quite often. If I don't listen to it live, I listen to it on playback. And I happened to be tuned in that morning, but I was out running some errands, so just had an AirPod in. And the gist was at the end of the episode, they were gonna, draw the name of someone that had been there, and then you have a minute to respond, like in live chat, or you don't win. And I was either the first or second person that got drawn, and I ended up being at the DMV, and it was right when they were getting ready to draw. The lady called me up to the desk, and so I didn't have it in me to leave a fucking AirPod in and start to talk to someone while I'm trying to get my license, renewed. So it was just like, and by the time I got done at the table and went back, it was already over. And then like I saw in DMs like 5 minutes later that I had fucking missed my chance. So it was a $500 gift card to anyone that was going to be at Home Gym Con. So I could have actually used it for $500 at Massonomics or anything else that was at Home Gym Con. So that was a kick in the teeth. That was a very big kick in the teeth because I haven't had a whole bunch of extra money coming in, so there hasn't been a significant amount of gym funds that have been new money coming in to go out. So missing out on $500 because I was at the fucking DMV. Very, 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 very shitty.
I can appreciate how much that sucks for you, but at the same time, that was a story about how nothing happened. Like that is yeah. Ultimately, that story has no ending. It was a story about how nothing happened. Yeah, I've got a lot of jokes around that kind of thing. I got real chirpy recently, right?
Yeah,
Remember
that
how
was
we
fucking
talked?
rude, you cocksucker.
Remember how we talked about now that I'm not customer facing, I'm worried I'm
Yeah.
going to get mean. I got so chirpy, and that came out there a little bit. But no, that also does suck. Sorry, dude.
Yep.
But I think you made the right decision. Like it was
Yeah.
license or gift card, and I'm
Yep.
pretty sure you need your license to do
I just want to be. I
everything.
didn't want to be rude. Like
Right.
ideal. Like I didn't want to be the like because put me.
They call your name up, and you're like, 1 second.
Hang on. a
Yeah,
second.
like
Yeah,
well, they're
right.
literally just
Right.
because like I had to make an online appointment like 2 months ago to
Yeah.
go here to get my license because I was getting like the enhanced license or the whichever one makes it to where I can go to Canada, Mexico, all over the country and like
Oh
not have to
yeah,
carry my
you
fucking
can't miss that
passport.
appointment.
Yeah, because I don't want to deal with carrying. I've been traveling with my passport the past couple years. It's
Yeah.
fucking terrifying to lose that as I'm just like randomly going to Sioux Falls.
Yeah, no, yeah, that would be funny though. They call your name and you're like, 1 second, I'm on the phone.
Yeah.
They'd be
Right.
But I
like,
re- but I
sure,
think
buddy, next, see you in 2 months.
But
Right.
that's the thing. It literally was like if I was if it was 90 seconds in either direction, I would have like had enough time to just because I even had the chat queued up with like ready to say something just in case. And then it was just like as soon as they heard my name or like as soon as it was my turn, I just had to answer a million questions and I
Yeah.
couldn't be in the. I was just that is what it is. But at least I did put it in perspective though because I've actually back in the day when I used to just get my checks cashed. I remember specifically I got a pretty fat check. I was like a 20-some-year-old, and they give it to you in the envelope or whatever, and it went in my back pocket. And by the time I got to my apartment, it was not there,
Oh
and
no.
never. So I literally did lose like say $500 in cash once. So that was significantly worse than losing money that was never mine. Like money that
Yeah.
was never
Yeah.
mine
Right.
sucks, but it's like it was never mine. But yeah. Anyway,
500 towards the gym fund though would go a long ways.
It
you
sure
know,
would have
when
been.
yeah.
Because then I was like, I always making it worse, I guess, by looking through the roster of all the places I could have got $500 from, and like,
Yeah, of course.
Why would you do that
and then
to
like planning
yourself?
out of like what I could have
Yeah.
bought.
Like,
And
see,
this
I
is
could have
all
bought
like
that.
after like a whole like we really like in the house we've been basically like we have a budget set for this year, and like we're like I've never necessarily been on a budget per se, so where I can just kind of buy whatever. And I just Stephanie tells me if I was being an asshole, and now it's like we have a spreadsheet of like not all the she takes care of all the bills on like her own little spreadsheet, but like we have X amount of money to spend on food and X amount of money to spend on miscellaneous, and like we got to make sure we don't go over that essentially, which I've never really tracked before. So now I have a better understanding of like where the money goes, and when me spending $2,000 to $2,500 to go to fucking Aberdeen, like that actually is a lot of money because it's
Yep.
like okay,
Yeah.
fuck, that's like
It
2 or
is.
3 months worth of extra money that we don't.
Yeah,
So
I've been there for a year, and it's just been that like you're starting to tighten the belt, and you're watching where things are going, and suddenly you're just like, okay, that random, well, I kind of want this barbell. I'll just go pick it up. You just can't do that
Yeah.
because it's not in the spreadsheet.
for me, just not. I didn't go to the gas. I didn't get anything at a gas station or a fast food like for this entire like. Well, it's only been a week. I've been back to work, but still, like that's a change. Like not to say that I haven't gone a week before, but like consciously like driving by and be like, nope, I forgot my Monster at home, but I'm not going to buy one because I'm not going to pay $6 for one when I got a 99-cent one in the fridge and a 30 pack.
Yep.
Right.
So it's been good. Did you get to watch the YouTube today of Big Waffle Iron? Anybody get a chance to watch that one?
I did.
Started.
Yep,
Nice,
I watched it.
Nice. That's more than I got. I only got to. Wow, this might be the first time the guest and Joey have listened to the podcast.
I'm a guest now. Ooh.
The guest and that people not Big Keith actually watch the entire YouTube video because this might be one of the few times I can come to the episode and be like, I did not get to watch the whole thing. I haven't got there yet. But I watched the first 10 minutes. Tell me about the rest. Big John, what'd you think?
I did not get to watch it.
Oh, you did not? Well, I misheard you.
No.
Here was giving you credit, stolen valor.
What's he talking about?
Oh God!
No,
it's like me with Bryce's jacket. Goddamn.
No,
Joey,
I did.
I guess Joey can tell us all about it. You actually have a good story too that you can share if you want.
Me?
Your kids.
Oh yeah, so I put it on right away, and it starts and Tanner's on the screen, and I said to Saga, Saga, who's that? She goes, Tanner. And I'm like, all right, raising them right. The kids get it. They know my friends from across the continent. And then
Canada's still a proper country, I guess.
Yep. And then Oren goes, this is Massonomics. Are you in this? And I'm like, not this one, pal. My podcast might show up. Like sometimes our banner or
I don't know if Steve has one.
Or our sticker shows up. And then he was like, oh, and then went back to his Lego like he didn't care because I wasn't there. I mean, we heard about it when he was on our episode. So there was nothing like really kind of crazy that we weren't expecting.
The pneumatic, I got to the pneumatic thing, and that was interesting.
That was wild.
The air compressed free motion machine in his basement was interesting.
Yeah, we used to be a proper country machine. We don't need no battery powered vultures. We got air tanks and pneumatic pressure.
Does Scance and the boys show up at the end?
No. Actually, Scance only shows up for a few seconds. He brought his inclusive fitness stuff. So he brought the sandbag. I have one of those too, the Inuk Shucks. I don't have the throw bag because I don't have anywhere to throw, but no. He got name dropped a bunch, but he only showed up for a brief second during the dodgeball at the beginning. We did get to see the pole vault mats, the $5 pole vault mats. That was kind of cool.
Jim, we're talking about those. He was all excited about.
Yeah, that was really neat. But ultimately, it was really fun. I'm happy I watched it. I do have to say, 25 minutes in, I yelled, "How long is this?" It was 40 minutes long, so I think
that's actually a little shorter than some of the long ones lately. So
yeah, I know, but it's long for me to watch a YouTube video.
Can you watch it on like 125 just so it's a local? I know you consume a lot of the audio at higher speeds, and with YouTube you can speed it up.
Well, I didn't think to do that.
I don't know how consumable it would be because like watching the mouth move so fucking fast.
Yeah.
Just
them like
right,
cartooning around,
moving around like
because there's a couple the podcast we were just talking about earlier with Mike and Jake. Like they both are so slow talking humans that like I have to listen to it on one. Like unless I'm listening live, if I'm listening to it on playback on YouTube, it's like 125 just to get like conversation speed.
Yeah. And Tanner not being able to pull off the 154
that was
dumbbell. Yep.
That was the last thing I saw. So Tanner, you let me down, bud.
Yeah. So anyway, that's our review. Way to go, Waffle Iron. Love you, dude.
Yeah, we already talked about the powerlifting sign up. Essentially, if you're listening to this, it's way too late to get in on powerlifting unless somehow just a week later no one signs up after only being 8 spots left. I don't see that.
Sucks to suck.
Join the wait list.
Yeah, join the wait list.
Last night was this is a podcast made by Poop Stories for Poop Stories. So I got a brief one here for you. This is a big Keith Poop story, if you will. Last night was the pre-show. I was very tired. I was not going to listen to it, and I just kind of got sucked in by just the Discord chirping and all the damn memes. And I was like, all right, let me at least get into the pre-show because I've been frustrated with listening to so much of the podcast that like it's not as enjoyable. I don't think just to listen to the hour. Sometimes I want the whole podcast to listen to. Just to
that's why I stopped.
Yeah,
it's just like then you go to listen on your way to work, and you're like, oh, I already heard all this.
Yeah. So, but anyway, I at least wanted to get the pre-show because there is like, they're not all bangers, but for the most part, there's pretty good. There's pretty good pre-shows. So, a couple minutes into it, my stomach just started gurgling and churning, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna have some movements here. I get in the bathroom, and I kind of know my body well enough that I know when I'm gonna puke too, and just get that fucking dry heave. So, and I got my Bose headphones on while I'm essentially the entire length of the pre-show and a little bit into the show just diarrhea and vomiting for like
Oh
4 minutes
no,
straight. Just horrible with my headphones still on because I didn't want to miss anything. Because also I was like,
both.
what am I gonna do? I don't want to really say or take them off at that point because I'm already just covered in puke and shit. So it's just like I'm not gonna touch my headphones. But yeah, that was some. I feel that was some pretty good dedication to get the pre-show grease. As I had grease coming out of both holes. It
Oh
was
no.
unpleasant. So
That
So did
that
you
that was your shit
did,
story this week, boys.
so did you take another shower? That's the
Absolutely.
question.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
is,
yeah.
yeah,
Right.
yeah.
That's
I
without
am
question. I
definitely
shouldn't even
Jordan
ask
Wong and
that.
I have that in common.
Yeah.
That was definitely a handheld shower head, shower.
So then you were good after that? I mean,
I
like,
I downed half a bottle of Pepto Bismol, laid back in bed, got back up a couple more times for some more relief because it's just one of those like, I don't you feel like you get that bloated constipation thing, you don't really get enough relief and then you just have just a little bit and then a little bit and then a lot and then a lot and then it's a garden hose and then a lot and yeah,
oh,
so
you
that was
didn't have
very
any
unpleasant.
that
you didn't have
sounds
any
like
deviled eggs, did you?
that was yeah.
Yeah,
Thank you. That sounds like what
we
I
did. I
had.
do think it was the food. We had the wife got a burger. She ordered some burgers. We were gonna go out on a date night, and then I ended up getting stuck in traffic and got home like a half hour later. So I had texted her that, so she had already ordered food. The food ended up coming cold. It was like a shitty burger. I mean, it was good. Usually it's really good food. We've eaten there a handful
Hmm.
of times. It's a pub like a mile away, and it's always usually fresh and tasty. But it was macaroni salad and a cold burger, and I think eating that. I don't know. It was a couple hours later most wouldn't say it's annoying, not annoying, but our delivery driver, she literally locked her keys in her car, and poor woman, didn't speak fluent English, and then she comes back to the door and is like kind of like asking for help in broken English, and I we don't what I so Stephanie had
Hmm.
to essentially like Google because at first Stephanie was like, "Do you have AAA?" and she was just didn't have a clue what the fuck she was talking about, and then she just Googled like the non-emergency police number and gave her that, and she
Sure.
called that, and like an hour later, someone came and helped her eventually, but thankfully it was like 40 degrees out, so we didn't like feel obligated to be like, come on into our house, stranger that just delivered food to our house that was fucking cold, and then like proceeded to
It's-
ruin our dinner by like bugging us. It's not like I'm sorry that happened to you, but we just paid way too much money for this. And, like, why
it's-
did you lock your fucking car?
yeah. You probably
So,
got sick from the cold macaroni salad. I mean, I don't get cold macaroni salad. I don't understand it.
oh,
It's just
you eat your macaroni salad hot, like
no,
it's a
like what's the point of macaroni salad? Like cold salads in general. I just
wait, dude,
it's
that
just,
is
it's
funny.
just
That is
not for me, man. Like
well, the guests will tell us all about that later. But yes, that is funny. That's a funny full circle from the show
yeah.
notes. So that's my pre-show dedication. Um, we will do a meet. You want to do the sad thing, or do you want me to talk about the Strongman show?
Um, yeah, we can do the sad thing. On Saturday, this most recent Saturday, Eddie Hall broke the news, and it hit me harder than I thought it would. I did spend most of that day kind of to moping about it. But Power Dwyer passed away. Um, First heard of him. Honestly, the first time I heard about him was on the Massnomics podcast, and I still think it was one of the best episodes they have ever done. I don't, we joke about nose breaths and laughing under our breath and all that, but I think that was one of the few episodes where I laughed out loud consistently for the entire episode. I'm not going to pretend to go into details or anything like that. I don't have all the details. I don't want them. But he left behind some children and a wife. He was a very good dude. His persona online was one that stood up for people who were being bullied. He stood up for the smaller people and the marginalized. And Power Dwyer, you will be missed. And rest in power, brother.
Yep, rest in power, my friend. Don't be a cunt out there. And so
Right.
any listeners, just don't be don't be a cunt. Like you live by his motto.
Yeah. Yeah. For sure.
But yeah, that hit me. I was leaving the gym and our a good friend and Chris's and Lucas's coach had just blown his knee out underneath a double bodyweight sandbag like 10 minutes before we left the gym. And it was like very traumatic. And then as soon as I got like the first time I looked at my phone was like 20 minutes after that. And had mentioned about Paul's passing. So it was just like trauma, like physical and like visual and audible trauma that I just like partook in. And then just like, oh shit, a guy that I fairly much, out of any influencer that to respect, that might be one of them. I was like, fuck.
Yeah.
So that was like two kicks in the teeth, all in like a 20-minute span. I felt like, so yeah, that was a pretty somber Saturday.
Yeah, it. I followed him and stuff, and I listened to the back catalog, listened to their podcast with him, Massonomics, and when I read that and read everything, and not to get into that, but like it just like made me sick the rest of the day, honestly.
Yeah.
Like bad deal.
So. I probably spent the first half an hour. Somebody, I think it was Brad, broke it in the Discord, and I spent half an hour unable to do anything else but try and find anything about it, right? But then it slowly rolled out that it was true. So not a great Saturday, but you might have had a better Saturday. You want to go over your strongman show that we didn't get to talk about last week?
Yeah, I think I think this was on the 19th I competed maybe, but we had that week off, and then the week we came back, we did our year-end recap. So we had like a 45-minute pre-show essentially, and kind of just cut a lot of stuff short. But yeah, so I did my December strongman show. I think it's the second time I've done that particular show. It's what is it? It's Wreck the Halls, play on the Christmas term there. It was a very fun show. It was an axle rising bar, and did it that because they switched up, like, with strongman you don't really know, like I read Iron Podium, and sometimes I'm like, oh, this is 100% what's going to happen, and then I get there and I'm like, ah, fuck. But I've gotten a lot better at like adapting. Like I might be I feel like I'm the only one that's still aware that it's different, because I'm the only one that like really looks at Iron Podium thoroughly, but I didn't let it affect me. Like, so I was very proud of that, because like my class was supposed to start at like 135 as like the lowest weight, but then we got paired with they mixed us with the juniors too. So then they had to start at 100 pounds for some of them. So then, and it was 20-pound jumps. So what was going to be, I already had strategically done my jumps to where I would like basically tie my PR, or maybe jump just under my PR at like what my third attempt would have been a 215. And I think my current PR was 215 or something like that. And I was like, in my head real quick, I was like, oh shit. So now I have to either do like, 200 or 220. So I have to go for a 5-pound PR. So I was essentially forced to do a PR, which was cool because I did get it. And then for some reason in my head, I thought it was just going to be a 3 attempts, because a lot of like a lot of lifts like that are you hop in where you want to, but you only get 3 attempts. But then it was like, no, it's go until you miss. And I was like, fuck, okay. But it's still 20 pounds. So I went from like getting like an RP 9 to, PR to like then adding 20 pounds. And then, 240. I don't even think I think I maybe got to my belt, but I'm not even sure if I did or not, as far as like trying to just clean it up. So still walked away with a 5-pound PR for that. Was super happy and stoked. Went into the hoist, which ended up being more of a truck pull almost, like the way it was, like the rope was slightly at an angle, but it wasn't like I wasn't like pulling down, like I was like pulling like a climbing rope. So, but that was fun because I hadn't done that weight in training. So it's just like an arm over on like rope pull. But I think I did pretty well in that. But they screwed up the time, which was funny because like on Iron Podium, the way they entered my time was opposite of how they did everyone else's, because I think everyone else's there was a 60-second time limit. So the way they did the stop clock, it was whatever was left on the stop clock. So say like if someone did 9 seconds, there'd be 51 seconds on the clock. So like that was their time entered. But then for some reason they did mine like the opposite and entered like 9 seconds. So then like here I am against everyone else that like did better than me, but theirs is saying like 40 or 50 seconds and mine says like 12 seconds or something. So it just looked kind of funny. But that was a fun event that I did not get it to finish in training. I wasn't sure I was going to get. So I was half in my head going like, oh, I'm going to zero this. But getting that was really fun. A stone to axle deadlift from the floor. It was a set weight for reps. And the weight was 455 on a stiff axle. So for me, that would have been a 10-pound or 15-pound PR on an axle deadlift, and I ended up getting it for a double. So I was super stoked at that, because I was just shooting for. I was excited to get a single, and then I ended up getting a fairly decent double.
That's awesome.
And then as soon as I went to go get that third rep, I was just like, nah, it's not there today, bud. Let's like I still had like 30 seconds left, and I was just like, I'm not gonna try to fight this. I already I already overachieved what I was anticipating. And
Set
then
it for a PR double.
Do you lose points if you try and fail?
no, so for that particular event, like in strongman in general, or for that event.
Let's just say this event.
So no, it's like it's so I didn't have anyone else in my class, so it didn't really matter what I did. Like, because the other guy I was competing with dropped out. So, but say he was still in it, and he's significant. Like, we are equalish on some lifts, but he's significantly better at deadlifting. So he could have, because like it's a guy I know, but he could have done 3 reps and I could have done 2 reps and he still would have won, or he could have done 20 reps and I did 1 rep and he still would have won. It's just a matter of the way with strongman. It's like whoever wins the event gets the say there's 2. So normally there's like say there's 5 people in a class. Like well, this is actually a learning moment for Joey if he's not aware. Do you know how like strongman scoring in general works?
Nope.
Okay, so cool. I didn't either until like 2 years ago when I first did it. So however many people are in your class is the max amount of points the first place person can get. So if there's 5 people in your class and you finish first in said event, you get 5 points for that event. The person in second place gets 4 points, and then so on all the way down to where whoever finished last gets 1 point unless they didn't complete it, and then it's a 0. Like on the drag that I didn't do, I got a 0 in that event. But even if I had done it, the only alternative would have been to get a 1 or a 0. But and then there's different events where it's like half points if you tie, and then like you split the difference, and then the way so strongman there's a lot to strongman as far as like understanding how it works. It's if you have the opportunity to even just go and watch one and just kind of have a more better understanding. But
I have watched lots of strongman. But it doesn't make the scoring any clearer because they're not using they're not using the strongman scoreboard, right?
And strongman scoreboard, I feel like that's really good, like per event, but I'm Nate can edit in here and say wrong again, Keith, but I don't think, at least not last year, it was super quick with like live point standings and everything. We were basically.
What I was wondering, like, if you did those 2 successfully and then went for a third and didn't get it, would that third cost you points?
No.
Okay.
The only thing maybe would be is if. Essentially, it's I guess the only thing that would be even in that kind of wheelhouse is if there's 2 different implements. The heavier, say you have the option to do either the 400-pound deadlift or the 500-pound deadlift, and you do 10 reps on the 400-pound deadlift, and the guy you're going against does 1 rep on the 500-pound deadlift, he wins. Because anytime there's a quote unquote trump weight, the higher weight at any reps beats the lower weight at any reps.
Okay, so you would not have lost points for trying and failing that third attempt.
Correct. Yes. Okay. The only thing I lost points on was just not doing one of the events, which I was just nervous about hurting myself on. And then the last event would have been the stone to shoulder, which that one was actually kind of cool because he tiered the points. Like the one that I sat out, I mainly sat it out because I knew I wasn't going to complete it, because the way he did it is you had to do the entire drag and get a sandbag back before the time ran out. And I knew from training it took me the entire time just to get the drag, but the drag's worth nothing. So, and when I did it, I felt like I sprained, like I kind of like overdid my like calf and foot and shit. So I was like, I'm not going to be any stronger or quicker or better. I'm not going to be so much better at this that I basically cut the time in half and then have the ability to carry my max PR sandbag back another 30 feet. So
how heavy was the drag?
So it was whatever,
was it? Or
so it's the 2 you had. So it was you're in like a truck pull harness, like bear crawling with the thing, the weight behind you. So it's a big metal sled. Say it weighs 100 pounds, give or take, and then the 2 sandbags you have to carry are in the sled. So in mine it was a 220, a 225, a 220, and a 250. So that weight plus the sled itself, 30 feet down with like essentially bear crawling in a harness, and then you have to carry either of the bags back. I mean, to complete it and then have it to be for time, you have to get both bags back, which out of the 30 people that did the strongman show, I think half the people zeroed because they only got the sled down and either didn't get a bag back or only got a bag partially back. And that was pretty similar to what happened last year. So like I kind of gamed the system of not exerting myself more than I needed to for an event that I was going to zero in no matter what. If it was a half point, if it was you get a point for getting a sandbag, or if you get a point for getting the sled, and then you get like another point for if it was tiered, you know what I mean? If the sled was a point and each sandbag was a point, 100% would have tried it. But knowing that I was going to zero, strategically, I'm not here to kill myself because I'd rather compete more often than kill myself in an event that doesn't matter.
Right.
And then the last, but so, and then the opposite of that, the flip side is the stone to shoulder. He did set it up. The meet director did set it up to where it was a tiered point system because it was fairly heavy stones for a lot of the classes. So you got a point to lap it, so to break the floor with it and get it on your quads, in the seated position. You got another or that was like a partial point, if you will. Same thing like at the trump. If you shouldered it, that beat doing anything else for any amount of reps, and they only accepted the highest score that you got, so that you couldn't just lap it 10 times and get 10 points. You basically that's just one. Getting it to your chest is 2, and then like shouldering it would have been like 3-4 reps. But I had a 240 stone that I've done a heavier stone over a bar. Like I think I've done like a 275 over a bar, but the 240 to shoulder, I tried a few times in training and just never got there. And it was like I barely even got it lapped. So getting it to I did on my last second fight, because I think I got it lapped like 3 or 4 times, or at least 3 times, and then on my last attempt I did get it up to I'd high enough on my chest to count as quote unquote on your chest to like get the point. So it didn't matter in that point because I like doing anything. Going out there and at least lapping it, I still would have got the max amount of points because it was 1, because there was no one else in my class.
Sure.
So some classes had like 10 people in it. So the winner of that class might have had like 50 points, whereas I could have done all my events and still only got 5 points. But because you're not competing against other divisions, and this is shit that I didn't know at all until 2 years ago. Like, and I had watched Strongman at the Arnold on YouTube for the past 10 years probably, and I still didn't really know how the scoring worked like at all. I didn't like grasp that. So if maybe, there might be one person that listened to me ramble for the last 10 minutes that now understands how Strongman scoring works slightly better.
I'm one of them because
Good
I've watched it. I've attended events. But it's never really truly explained in a way that made sense the way you just explained it. So thank you.
Here to help. All right. Let's round this out with rating last week's episode. Big Jonathan, do you want to remind us what last week's episode was about and give us a rating on it?
I don't remember the title, but it was essentially like a year-end recap of sorts. Would that be an accurate statement?
I agree.
I wonder where they got that idea.
It was great. It was great. I actually really enjoyed it. I really enjoy watching them succeed, especially being from the Dean, and being pretty close to it for quite a number of years. But anyway, I would give it 5 out of 5 horse apiece, honestly.
There was a lot of horse talk. That was I was surprised that wasn't the episode title. It was just horse talk. Earlier in the podcast, there was a little, I know it's vain, but anytime everyone don't, if you're listening to this and you hear your name on the podcast, don't tell me it's not like one of your favorite parts of the podcast, because it's still pretty cool. Even if you heard your name on the podcast 20 times, it's still pretty cool. So when Tommy was talking about like trying to pick like the top 10 YouTube videos, and he was like, named like these 4 or 5, like, people that are much more popular than me. And then he threw my name in there. I was like, oh, fuck yeah. I'm in that group of people that he mentioned, but I really shouldn't be. So I thought that was kind of cool. The horse talk was hysterical. I was champing at the bit to hear what the next horse comment was going to be. I'm waiting for Tanner to start implementing champing at the bit, as he mentioned. That might have been on the pre-show this week, or maybe it was that episode, but he was adamant that he was going to start saying champing at the bit to fuck with people. And
not to be confused with chomping.
Yeah, because I for sure had, it's been chomping my entire, adult awareness of the term, but it is originally at some point hundreds of years ago, champing, whatever the fuck champing means. I don't know. I'm not a champion of that word, so I'll go ahead and give it a 5 out of 5 champions.
The Apple Watch talk, it's really interesting. Tanner finally got one as I got rid of mine. I've had one for probably 6 to 10 years. Like I genuinely don't recall how long I had one for, and I finally just got rid of it because I realized I just don't like it. Like I wore it for so long because like, oh, it helps track this and does this and this does that, and then eventually I was like, but I don't use it for any of that, and it took me that long to clue in. The horse talk was great. I still have my favorite horse phrase, which I put in the Discord. That
was the first time I chuckled when I saw that.
let's make like a horse's dick and hit the road.
Of course.
Yeah. Yeah, that one's a little blue, but it's funny to me. So I'm gonna go ahead and give that 5 out of 5. Asses on one horse.
Is saying a little blue a Canadian thing, or am I just never heard that? Is
It's
that
a
like
comedy term, and so
okay?
blue comedy would be like nighttime after hours comedy. So
Oh, like red light. Not red,
nope.
blue.
Nope, but sure.
Blue. I'm still trying to wrap my head around blue comedy. It's interesting. I'll have to ask ChatGPT about that later and have you tell me how wrong
ChatGPT sucks.
I catch it being like when I'm doing like I use it quite often more for I always go down Wikipedia rabbit holes a lot of times. So then now I kind of do the ChatGPT rabbit holes, but it's
Because it
easier to
just
like
regurgitates Wikipedia.
but it's nice to like it'll group stuff and compare shit for me to where I don't
Yeah.
have to like look at so like that's convenient, but I also take it all with a grain of salt.
Yeah. And
'Cause
it's
then
I've talked about it before with AI and ChatGPT and Perplexity and all of these other, large language models or whatever, is you have to be super specific with what you ask. So
yeah,
in our conversation, I
Fahrenheit,
asked
yeah.
Google how many countries use Celsius versus Fahrenheit, and Google said 99%.
Okay.
Okay.
I went
You
with total
asked
population.
population,
Yeah.
right?
Because I
Because
was
that
like,
will include countries that, like, even the US, where a certain specific group would use Celsius or whatever for their specific type of studies. So, like, it's a different question, it's a different answer. And then I said, okay, I'm going to go ask ChatGPT the same question in my wording. And I got a different answer than you got,
yeah.
and I got. And I just like, why do I even bother? I hate ChatGPT. I'm just start asking the Oracle or whatever. Anything better is gonna climb a mountain
We
and get
were.
stoned.
That's funny. I had like there was some Matrix talk at work today. That's kind of funny. That's full circle there. You got any affiliate ads reads you want to hit us with there, Joe?
Yeah, buddy. Uh, Obsidian Ammonia. It's too late, but he had free shipping all this week. If you missed out on it, that's your own problem.
I didn't know if that was gonna be for America. I didn't. I was afraid to ask, but I couldn't imagine it would be because I had to just.
You could try.
Yeah. It cost him like $30 out of pocket.
Plate Snacks, code unpaid. Most of you are already using it. I got some stickers. Shout out to Big Mikey from
Ohio.
the Power Bar. Yeah, he is from Wisconsin, actually.
Wisconsin. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I wrote him a cheesehead letter. I've gotten so many. I'm in the same. I did break down and actually spend like an hour over the weekend. I think right before I went back to work and went through all the letters that I had at that point and turned them all into magnets. And I'm filling up to the point. I'm like, people that have duplicates on my wall or some of the duplicates have to come down to like make or duplicates isn't like they have two different logos for their gym. I'm having to make sure I pull some of those down because I don't have enough room for all the new crew. So it's like I'm having to search. And then when people send me 2 or 3 to begin with, like only I have to like it's a challenge of well, which one do I value the most? Because I'm only making one of these a sticker and the other one's just going in a bag for now until I maybe
all of
get
mine are in a
another.
bag right now until I can sort out what to do with them.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you're using Plate Snacks, but if you're listening to this and you're not, they're the highest quality you can get. And of course, Belt Fed Strength. Shout out to Chris for giving us that code. Probably from what I don't have any metrics on it, but I don't think enough of us are using that code. So if you
Yeah.
do need some gym equipment, some lifting equipment, even just a regular belt, hit Chris up. Code unpaid, 10%.
You think we ought to kick out? Do we have any? Nope, just
Nope.
us. That's good. That's fine. It was kind of funny because last week we had like 8 people in here, but the holidays, right? Do you want to kick everybody out that's not here and we can get Jonathan on the horn?
Why don't we get our guest to do an ad read first?
Yeah, fuck. God, it's my first rodeo.
Jonathan, do you have an ad read for us, my friend? For our first and only sponsor.
I do.
First time listener.
Yeah.
Big Anthony.
All right, here we go. Well, hi there, folks. I'm Big Johnny P. And if you give me just a few moments of your time, I'll convince you why you need to be Massonomics Crew. How would you like to rub shoulders with the Dean of the Dean and sip Crispy Boys with the leading fitness apparel designer of all time? Just make sure to always be safe and use a Massonomics drink spotter that you can purchase at Massonomics.com. After all, you wouldn't want to spill anything in Tommy's wool. But wait, there's more. For only $3 a month, you can be a Massonomics supporting member. What does that get you, you ask? Well, let me tell you. You'll get access to the Massonomics Discord, where you'll be welcomed with arms wide open. And everyone is big. It's a place where memes flow like wine, and everyone picks on Big Keith. And if that's not enough, you'll be included in early drops of all Massonomics products. The deal gets even better, folks. If you're tired of your plain old shorts, you're in luck. Massonomics shorts are just like the plain ones, but twice as expensive. If you act now, Massonomics will throw in a little extra pre-show grease before their weekly podcast, and you might just pick up on some new lifting techniques in the Discord, such as Gay Bros. Join now for this amazing offer at Massonomics.com.
What was
Don't. Gabe Rose.
Okay. Oh, okay. I got that.
Was I a little unclear there?
I know. I watched. It was almost telepathy across the border. I watched him go, what?
No.
No. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that.
This is a PC ad.
There's nothing wrong with that if that's what you're into.
Damn it.
All right. That's good stuff. All right. Big Jonathan, is that you, buddy? We could get you on the horn.
It is. Hey.
Hey, welcome to the podcast. Let's go ahead and introduce yourself. Who you are, where you from? Oh, well, no. Who you are, Instagram, Discord, name, all that jazz. You know who you're talking to.
Yeah. So, my name is Jonathan. Big Johnny P on Discord. On Instagram, I am Bo and Me.
Yeah, your Instagram is so fucking hard to find. You're like
I know. I had to ask.
You're the worst. And then your Instagram, and then your Discord's different. You have three different. You have your name, you have your Instagram, and then you have your Discord. And you don't spell Johnny right either, so it's not the same as Jonathan. So then it's like, no. Like as I'm trying to type out Jonathan, like Johnny doesn't show up. So it's like, God damn it, where the fuck is this guy? It took me like 5 minutes to tag you in Discord this afternoon. It was so annoying.
Oh yeah.
Share your last name too with us, because people might cue in who you are more with that.
Yeah, Phillips. So Jonathan Phillips. If that should come up on Instagram. Bo and Me.
Yep.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was just saying we've had many of Phillips on here, and you are a relation, so we'll get into all that later. But just so anyone's familiar, this is one of those Phillips.
Yeah, we've had lots of Phillips and Phillips adjacent.
We have, actually.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah. So I genuinely, I was just like,
you didn't know.
I messaged him today. I was like, does he even have Instagram? And he's like, yeah, and he sends me your profile. I was like, I follow him, but I couldn't, like, when I was typing in Jonathan, I couldn't find it. Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
it was a hard.
I thought about changing the Bo and Me, but so when I created my Instagram account, you would be surprised with anything, even an email address or whatever you want. But Jonathan Phillips is incredibly hard to incorporate in social media or email or anything. So when I created my Instagram account, I had a dog named Bo. He was the first dog I ever got. I always wanted a dog as a kid and wasn't allowed to get one, so I got a black lab, which was my best friend and hunting partner, and his name was Bo. So Bo and Me.
That's what I was gathering, because like it wasn't spelled like, because I know you're into archery, but it wasn't the archery bow. I was like, it's got to be an animal, it's got to be a pet, and then like I get it, but for some reason your name, like I can't get your name to populate when I type in Jonathan Phillips, like, and I have to like remember.
Oh, really?
It's Bo. Yeah, maybe. So I don't know. Maybe there's a way to add it, because like some people now pop up with like their handle, but then their name is in parentheses. But not everyone does that. So I don't know if there's a new setting on Instagram where you can make yourself more findable. But I don't know. But anyway, that's who we got, everybody. Yeah. We'll get generally on that for you.
Yeah. Right.
So what brought you to Massonomics? We know what brought all your friends and family, but what brought you?
Well, really, I guess so when it boils down to it, it'd be Big Grayson. That's my nephew. Of course, he was, lifting at Massonomics as they were getting started, and of course, we loved to support him, so we'd go to the strongman shows and stuff like that, and that's really how it started.
So you guys have been Massonomic adjacent for well over a decade then, or right at a
Yeah,
decade.
right at a decade, 2016, I would say for sure. And it's funny when the Discord started and stuff, Grayson was trying to get me to join and stuff, and I'm like, I don't even know what you're talking about. Like, I'm quite a bit older than Grayson, you know. Like I understood the community side of it, and I'm like, just like, well, what do you mean? Like, what are you doing on there? I don't understand, you know. And so, anyway, it's 2016, yeah, somewhere around there was probably when we really started supporting them, and you know, we bought our first banners either late 2016 or beginning of 2017. I don't remember, but
nice.
So,
well, if you're listening and trying to convince people, I've said it before, 700, 800 people that like to lift and just want to make each other laugh.
Yeah.
That is all the Discord is.
Yeah. Well, and, you know, being around, especially the Lift Hard Live Easy now, and just seeing the community and how people interact with each other, and like everybody is there to support everybody, and it is so genuine. It's so genuine, and it's kind of funny because Jenely's mom, my mother-in-law, and her sister came to watch her compete at the Lift Hard Live Easy 3, and we went to dinner that night with them, and they had both made the comment like, this is an unbelievable community. Like, everybody is so nice and genuinely there to support everyone, like I said, and nobody cares what you're lifting or what you're even doing, and they're just there to support you, and it's pretty incredible.
So you have you been at every event? Have you support? I mean, I know you support. So you've been at all 3 Strongman shows, and then all 3 Lift Hard Live Easies. How's as an observer for 5 of those? How has that changed? And then, well, I mean, we know you're competing this year, so we can dive into that later too. But I guess I want an outsider's someone that observed from like before crew was crew, like you watched. Like if anyone can go back and watch them on YouTube. If you're bored and you haven't had a chance to watch them, just go look at some of the old Strongman shows. Yeah. They're pretty cool to watch. So I guess just share your thoughts on the changes, I guess.
Yeah, you know, it was really kind of incredible to watch, and the events will run together for me. You know, I don't know. I couldn't necessarily say what year was which at when they had them at the fairgrounds, but you know, watching those guys do those things, man, was like, it was pretty impressive. And then that one year it was raining and just a miserable mess for the competitors, I'm sure, and really kind of probably unsafe, but it was like, that really added to it, you know. I mean, it was as a spectator standpoint, you know. But it drew a big crowd at when they had it at the fairgrounds. You know, it was very entertaining, very fun to watch.
Do you think it drew a big crowd because the fair was just packed and there's just people wandering over, or was there like admission to get in to watch it, or was it just like there's a Ferris wheel 20 feet away and then like this is just here and people just kind of come and hang out?
I think people. Well, you know, I don't know. I guess, you know, living in such I would consider it a small town, you know, I mean, everybody really probably, a lot of people could come and watch people they knew, and everybody knew what was going on, I would say. So, yeah, I don't know. It's probably a little of both, I guess, to answer your question. You know, people were out there at the fair and they're like, oh, let's go check this out, you know, and then walked over there at a bunch of dudes doing just crazy stuff. So
yeah,
it's kind of funny because Big Jake, so there was, so I don't want to jump ahead, but there was a little bit of rivalry. I wouldn't say rivalry, but within myself of like, Big Jake was the nephew of one of our competitors for our business. And this was before I knew who anybody was.
That's hysterical.
So I'm just like, my nephew's stronger than your nephew, you know, and it's just kind of this funny thing. And now I've gotten to know Jake, you know, and I love Jake. He's a good dude. And so it was just really funny. Yeah, I was like, my nephew's so much stronger. And, you know, turns out funny. Jake's an incredibly strong human as well. So
it
was fun.
So then, you know, watching those and say 16, 17, 18, give or take, and then them getting revived 5 years later, give or take, in 23. 23 just being powerlifting, and then in 24 and 25 bringing back strongman. Just, share your thoughts, I guess, on what you observed, and with last year seeing Jenna Lee as a competitor as well, or this year.
Yeah,
I
I mean,
suppose. No, it was last year. Now it is 20.
yeah, I think a lot of people maybe would agree, unless you're into powerlifting or have somebody to watch that like it's not all that exciting to them. But
Fair.
honestly, to be quite honest with you, for me, I could sit there and watch it all day because
cool.
I really love to see people step up there no matter which lift they're doing. And I don't care what's on the bar, but to watch them go through the struggle and then, it doesn't always work out, but to see them hit that is just, like I said, I could watch it all day. I love watching it, but adding
Weight
the
is a number,
strong,
heavy as a feeling,
yeah, right.
Seeing that in person.
When you're a little guy, that means a lot more too. So, but yeah, adding the strongman, I really enjoyed that. Of course, that's fun. And then watching Jenna Lee compete, like, I really couldn't be any more proud of her because, like, if you knew Jenna Lee like I do for the last 25 years, you would have said there is no way on earth she's going to get in front of people and do anything, far less what she did. But then, to watch her train over the years that we have been training with small kids, and it's not easy, right? I mean, that's why we built the home gym so that the kids could be involved. But to watch her train for so many years and then go out there and really kill it, man, that was pretty special. That was pretty cool.
Well, I hope she feels the same way about you this year.
Yeah, we'll see. I'm sure she will.
Sorry, I disappeared for a minute there. I needed an elastic for my beard, and when apparently the act of me standing up sent me running to the washroom. So I was gone for a few minutes there.
Things happen, and if you want to hit him with a couple,
well, you haven't been crossing them off, so I don't know what you asked.
We're up to date.
Okay.
We literally talked about powerlifting and strongman for the last 10 minutes, and it's been awesome.
Dope. I probably should have included it. My little girl likes to come to the gym with me now.
Oh, nice.
And no, it's not.
No, I can see
it's nice to an extent. Yeah.
Too old for a playpen, but there's got to be like a dedicated stay over here space, honey.
Yeah. So I was doing overhead press, and that's the worst time to have a child. Yeah. And she waited until the axle and the weight was over my head.
My God.
To go, daddy, 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 daddy. And I finally just went, no. And then I had to put it on my chest, see where she was, because my worry was that I would put it down and she was directly under me. And she goes, those are from the summer. And she points to something in the basement. And then I was like, oh no. And then my wife came down. She heard me yell no. So yes, the dream is have the children in the gym, but also, not gonna ask how you explained you to your people, because your people were Grayson and Jenna Lee, who submitted all of our stuff, and I'm fairly certain they get it. Do you have a Hall of Fame status?
Yeah, I believe it is 8. I would say,
including this.
Including this, yeah.
Attaboy.
Yep.
Very good, very good. You've been around since day one. Is there a piece of Massonomics merch that you said, nah, I don't want that, and now you want that?
I spent a lot of time thinking about that. I don't have a great answer for it, but what I will answer it like this: I want one of the coats, a full zip. That being said, a little caveat to that is every time I buy a full zip, I hate them. I just hate the way they fit. I hate everything about them. But
me too.
I do. That's probably one thing.
Yeah, that's why I don't buy zip up hoodies anymore. I gave up. Yeah, I don't like the way they bunch up at the belly.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I feel like in your pockets, you got a big lump, and yeah,
right. I feel like I'm getting older to the point where I don't really care what it looks like. I just want to wear it because it's easy to put on when I need to run outside and do chores or whatever it is. So, but same though on your thoughts.
Keith, do you want to go with the next one?
Yeah, I'm gonna hit you with the least fun, most fun, and then it'll kind of segue into the one after that, give or take. So, Jonathan, are you familiar with least fun, most fun?
I am.
All right. Do you want to explain to your family and friends how we play, or you want me to?
I can try. I mean, I
Yeah.
know what it is. Like, you'll give me a topic, and I have to definitively tell you the least fun thing about it and the most fun thing about it.
100% accurate. Thank you very much. So, least fun, most fun, fabricating your own gym equipment.
Mm. The most fun thing about it is seeing it come together and using it. I guess I enjoy the whole process. So, yeah, that's probably.
Most fun. What's least fun?
It's gotta be something like getting
well,
Buying the
dimensions of
equipment.
no, because most of the stuff I'm fabricating is just like materials we have left over from jobs and things like that. So, I go into the scrap.
What about other people asking you to make shit for them and you don't have time? I could see that being a pain in the dick.
So what I was going to say
Pain in the
was,
dick.
and not really because of that reason, but what I was going to say was the time it takes to make. Just because, like, when there's something that I want to do, or whatever you want to put it, like, I'm kind of impatient on that. Like, I just want it to be done and use it and it'd be awesome. But, like, I don't mind people asking. It would be a problem if there was like 30 people asking or 10 people, because it does take a lot of time to do it by the time you cut everything and weld everything and grind, prep and paint, and it's pretty time consuming.
Yeah, we just saw Jenna Lee's story of going into your shop and picking up the circus dumbbell before it was ready to go or something. I got a kick out of that.
Yeah.
I don't suppose we could see it.
I can show you a picture of it if you can. It's in the other side of my shop, but can you see that?
Oh, that's gorgeous.
No. Yeah, I saw Jenna Lee playing with it.
Yeah,
so I got it painted.
What's that end up weighing?
I haven't weighed it yet. I weighed the 12.
Yeah.
Oh. I weighed the 12. This is a 10-inch one. I weighed the 12-inch ones I made. Those come in without paint at 47 pounds.
Oh, okay. So that'll be good.
So pretty light.
Yeah.
I don't know. I was going to wait till I was done painting it to weigh this one because I'm curious,
Yeah, for
what
sure.
the finished product is. I'm guessing somewhere around 40 pounds, probably.
Yeah, that'll be a very good starting weight. Hopefully it's,
to
be very careful because to be that light compared to other ones of that size, I'm assuming it's fairly thin, tubing.
It is, but I've got a 1.5 inch by 3/8 thick flat bar that I welded around the end of the bell to stiffen it.
Oh, okay.
Similar to, are you familiar with Snake River Fabrication?
Yeah.
I think they're out of Iowa.
Garrison has. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I thought that's maybe where he got that. I saw that.
And Andrew Garrison has the one from them, I believe.
Yeah.
Because I think that was even chatted about today in the old Discord or the internet, if you will.
Yeah. So this is really similar to that. I welded that band around the end of the bell to hopefully prevent it from warping. But if you drop it on the concrete, it's probably not going to be great. So.
Yeah. Just all needs to work good for the next 6 months. It'll be all right.
Yeah. I'm excited for her to get it.
Awesome.
She's so.
We'll love to hear that. That'll kind of segue into the one I wanted to hold because I didn't want to spoil it too much. But let's hear about the certified training facility.
Oh, yeah, the Roost. We're a second rounder, not a first rounder.
I
know.
In this call,
right? We started that 2015 or 16. Man, I don't even know. I should know that, but probably 2015. Just started with a rower and a barbell and some plates, and a rack, a PRX fold up rack. So, we haven't added much to it since then, honestly. I mean, some dumbbells, a lat pull down. Well, I shouldn't say that. Now we are.
You got a shit ton of strongman stuff.
Yeah,
the last year.
Right.
Outside of the last year, yes, probably not. But as soon as Jenny signed up for Lift Hard Living 3, I think you guys spent a couple grand probably.
Yeah, so that's what I was just gonna say was that's not true because we're accumulating quite a bit of strongman stuff. And now that I'm gonna try my hand at competing, there's number of things that I would like to get, that match
Nice.
more of my goals. So
Oh yeah.
there goes another, who knows how much money. That's why I'd like to make as much of it as I can, so.
Yeah, don't we all? And this will be your first competition?
Yeah.
Yep. No interest in competing up until now?
No, not really. Not at all, to be honest. And
I get it. I had no interest at all, and then I did, and I did a couple more, and then it was like, I think it was like last week, Keith said that he gets the itch to compete, and I was like reminiscing on it. I don't have that. I don't have that itch to go out and perform in front of other people and do whatever. Like in that sense, I do. Like I want to go do emceeing and have fun and do this podcast and stuff. But the competition itch isn't there for me. So you chose a good one to start. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, and I contemplated doing powerlifting last year, and I just really didn't. And I honestly would just rather watch the people that I know and even the people I don't know. And the part of it is a lot of my training through the years hasn't been geared towards absolute strength either, which I know that doesn't matter. But I just didn't really feel like
it absolutely
competing.
Doesn't matter.
So yeah. But back on our gym though, not to go back too far, but like, the reason we kind of created it was having 3 little kids at home. If we didn't have the gym, we wouldn't be Massonomics Crew, I'd say, if we wouldn't have built a home gym, because we wouldn't have been training.
Grayson's aunt and uncle.
Yeah, right. And we'd just be sitting there on the sideline.
Right. We'd just be the people we see for 10 minutes once a year.
Yeah. And so that was a great move. It was a very expensive move. Of course, not as expensive as it is now, but it was like, it felt crazy buying what I did, like all in one order at first. And then, but honestly, the kids grew up in the gym, and it's a lot of fun having them out there. I miss it now because Vivian, our youngest, still comes out there sometimes, but not like they used to. I mean, they used to come out there while we were training, and even though it kind of felt like a pain in the butt sometimes, they'd have obstacle courses set up, and they'd be doing pull-ups, and then it's like, I'd be doing something, but whatever it was, but most likely a high intensity interval of some sorts. And my 3 girls are looking at me like, is this guy going to quit? And you're trying to crank out a set of 30 wall balls. You're like, well, you can't quit now, or you're just a big loser. So,
yeah, there is something to that. Right. Yeah. And it's like, I didn't have that, and like nobody except my brothers were into it. And, you don't see your parents doing it, but I'm watching my kids. And as much as I say, like, having her in the gym kind of is hard, but I'm going to have Steve on Sunday.
I know what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah. For Strongman Sunday. And Oren, my boy, who has no patience for the gym, specifically said, we need to be home so I can be a part of Strongman Sunday.
Yeah.
Right. That's cool. It's like that, seeing your kids, seeing you in there, whether they know you're in there or not, whether they're in there with you or not, they know the gym is a part of your life.
Right.
When Oren tells people that I'm Kratos, like he will tell strangers, oh, my daddy's Kratos.
Yeah.
I'm not God of War strong, but he sees me that way.
Yeah. Right. I know what you mean.
It's the best.
Yeah. It's, I love that my kids the gym and us going to it is so normal for them. And I love that for them. Cause like you said, like that wasn't a part of my life, maybe a little bit with my oldest brother, he was always jacked, Grayson's dad, but I wish I had his calves, but that's another story, I guess. But
how tall is Grayson's dad?
So take him,
brother.
Much shorter than me. It's probably 5'6", maybe.
So only a little bit taller than Grayson.
A little bit taller than Grayson. Yeah.
How big are his triceps?
Oh, they were massive when.
Okay. Did he get his peak? He had bigger triceps than Grayson.
No, probably not. But so he's quite a bit older than me, but he seemed like the biggest human on earth. And then he drove a 2-door Jeep Cherokee with like 2 12-inch subwoofers in the back. So he was like the coolest human alive, dropping me off at elementary school. And I was like, my brother's 23 years old, the significance of that was Michael Jordan at the time. So like he was pretty much the coolest human alive.
Oops.
But
Sorry,
Anyway.
it's hard not to get off track sometimes, but when we have so many like mutual people, it's so hard not to bring it up, especially when it's like a good chance to kind of pick someone's brain briefly.
Yeah, and
Yes,
also talking
Joey's
about
got a question.
kids in the gym and stuff like that. I'm, I don't get to talk to Keith about that kind of thing. So,
right.
I train with my cats, but it's the same thing. Like I'm fucking terrified of my stupid ass cat fucking running underneath my bar, and if I specifically wear like I think if you have kids or animals in your gym, you should have collars on your fucking bar, even if it's a weight you wouldn't normally want.
Oh,
to.
absolutely.
I'm not gonna let a plate slide out and kill my fucking cat, and my wife divorced me because I killed my fucking cat because I was too lazy to put a collar on.
Yeah,
that's a real thing. Like Joey was saying, like when you're in the gym and the kids are around, and you're just say you're doing a power snatch or something, it's like you make sure everybody's away because you're going to be dropping that barbell. I mean, how terrible would that be? So yeah, that's nerve wracking for sure. 100%.
Yeah, it is. And the daddy. And like my first thought, like I've got the weight over my head. And my first thought is she's right next to me.
Right.
Right. And then I'm going to put the weight down and put it down and she's going to be under it. Right. And it's like, it's that panic. And she doesn't get it. She just hears me go, no, not right now.
And then then you almost make him feel bad.
Yeah. Then she's like, oh, now I don't want to be down here.
Right. And it's like, no, that's not what I meant. I just didn't want to take your head off.
Yeah. I was scared for you, not mad at you.
Exactly.
The hype person question. You've got your two options here.
Oh.
Do you want to talk about who your hype person would be or who you could pick to train with?
Sure. Hype person, I'll go with like, can I give two answers?
Yeah.
Is that allowed?
It's your question. You got druthers.
All right.
As long as you have two horses. I think you do have two horses. You are allowed to have two asses in this scenario.
Yeah. Well, we only have one now, but we did have two horses. Yeah. So,
time's a flat circle or something.
The one answer would probably be, and maybe it's not as exciting, but my kids and generally like don't fail in front of them because like that's not cool. Nobody wants to see their dad fail. Mm-hmm. So, but the other answer was, I thought about this for a long time and I couldn't really come up with anybody, but there was one person that was sticking in my head, and it doesn't probably make sense a lot to even me, but it would be Ross Taylor, big Ross Taylor. I don't know if you guys know him.
Not Ross Moore.
Someone answered that recently.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they did. Yep.
So Ross and I aren't like really close friends, but we do talk a little bit, and stuff. And living in the same town, I don't see him all that often. But I just can imagine Ross with his hat backwards, pulled down to like probably over his eyebrows almost, with maybe a big old thing of Copenhagen in his mouth and maybe some cargo shorts on. And he just got done benching like, I don't know, 495 probably, just screaming at me. So that would probably be my answer.
That's a good answer.
It is. Where do you want to go from here, Keith?
Jonathan, as little or as much as you want to talk about your business that you own.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we own a business here in Aberdeen, and we also have an office in Mobridge, North Central Steel Systems. I've been working there since I was 15 or 16 years old.
Okay, so it's a family business then?
Yeah, Genelly's dad started it.
Gotcha.
So he's pretty much phased out of it now. He comes in.
You literally dated the boss's daughter.
I did. Yeah,
Nice.
That was fun. Yeah, that was
had to be.
That was fun, and I mean that sarcastically and
yeah, there had to be some turmoil there for sure.
Yeah,
when my shit for that.
Yeah, my old foreman was he's kind of a jerk, to put it blatantly, and anyway, but whatever. That's beside the point.
No, we
yeah. So that was tough, and the way things used to kind of happen around there never made. And I'm not talking anything down, but there was just the old foreman, and then his dad actually was the overall foreman, and the way things would happen weren't great. But since then, things have been pretty great. We build steel building. Well, we're a general contractor essentially, but we build steel buildings, a lot of on farm stuff, ag stuff. So grain bins and all kinds
Yeah,
of building.
I see some of the posts and stories. Some legit heavy equipment you guys are putting up and moving around.
Yeah, it's kind of rewarding to work with a customer, and I really enjoy it now. You know, when I was younger, working on the crew, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, there's a lot of pride to be taken from somebody who's using their hands every day building stuff. But you know, now that I can work with customers closely and develop relationships and really listen to what they need out of their operation, that's my favorite part. Not just trying to sell them something, if that makes sense.
Mhm.
So yeah, it's a lot of fun. So me and my brother-in-law run the company now, and generally his mom still does a lot of administrative stuff with Generally. But yeah, we'd be lost without Susie. That's Generally's mom. So, but
That's awesome.
Generally, so yeah.
Well, you kind of touched on your lifting. You're a big WOD guy. You like doing your hit stuff. It's just that's evolved a lot now. But what I guess you just turned on ESPN. You saw these guys doing CrossFit, and you're like, that's for me.
You know, I wouldn't say I really did CrossFit. Well,
Okay.
I don't know. I mean, I never attended a CrossFit class. I did do a lot of high intensity training, and that is kind of where I started. So essentially CrossFit, I would suppose. And that went on for a couple of years. And then Matt Chan, and you guys probably don't know who he is, but he was one of the OG CrossFitters, right? And he's a super nice, super cool dude. Him and his wife Cherie. They started writing programming. So I I used to write all my own programming for a number of years, and then I started doing his programming, which has evolved from kind of where it started was a lot of high intensity training, but it really did evolve into something that really worked for me, especially as I got older, you know, with dedicated strength days, and then sprinkled in a little bit of high intensity and a little bit of zone 2 stuff. And yeah, it's really
zone 2 question mark. I don't know. Is that a breathing thing? I don't know.
Heart rate zone. Sorry.
Okay.
Like low intensity, long duration cardio, essentially. Which the programming that I'm doing, he sprinkles in some things that wouldn't be your typical zone 2 stuff. You know, you're still moving weights and doing different things like that. So that's one day a week. So
gotcha.
But yeah, a lot more strength focused now. And then of course I'm doing a day of strongman now. And then
gotcha. Did you sign up for the Jake's Saturday strongman thing essentially? Or?
Yep, nice. I did. And then I also incorporate a day. I'm trying to. It gets to be a lot, but as much as my body's tolerating, I'm incorporating a press day as well. Oh, so 3 strength days.
Do you think when we're like 3 months out and he comes out with like his 12-week or 8-week meet prep, do you think you might sign up and just buy that and just kind of go all in and just really focus on it for a couple of months, or just kind of keep doing what you're doing and whatever happens?
I don't know, because, you know, this probably sounds like a stupid answer, but like I need to get stronger.
Yeah.
And the gist of it, I really need to get stronger. I feel like I can move well, decently enough. And like, as long as I get, you know, practice what we're doing and get familiar with that and efficient, I should say, I need to focus on getting stronger.
Okay. Well, doing all the Matt Chan stuff might not be that. You know what I mean? Like,
no, it is. But it is.
Okay, so you are getting under some heavy loads then, at least.
Yeah, absolutely. For the past couple of years, it's moved towards 3 strength days a week.
Oh, awesome.
And then I've been talking with him a little bit on my goals, and he recommended, you know, dropping the high intensity stuff for a while and just do the day of strongman. And so I am getting stronger, you know, and
love it.
So
fucking right, you are. Do you think you want to up your body weight at all? Or are you pretty happy with where that's at?
I'm trying.
Gotcha. Yeah.
It's not easy.
Up those calories and stop walking so much.
It's not easy. And I'm not to sound like poor me, because that's just not the way it is. But like being teased as being the skinny kid your whole life, you know, I started when I started training, I weighed 138 pounds, and
Okay, yeah, you're a lot bigger than that. I
I
mean, you're like, I'd say,
I
I
weigh
guess you're 160.
165 is what I weigh now,
Oh,
and I'm
yep.
still pretty dang lean. So I mean,
Yeah.
I've
You
put
could
on,
easily be able to, well, not easily, but you could walk around at 180 and not like have any negative complications on your health, I'd imagine.
yeah, yeah. Hopefully not. I am trying to put weight on. The way I like to eat, of course, it's you got to eat a lot of stuff, which is sometimes very hard for me
Yeah.
to do. So
Well, isn't generally the queen of lazy protein or easy, what is it, lazy protein or easy protein? I can't remember what she called it on her episode.
yeah, I mean, maybe, probably, but like, I'm
Still
not
hard.
in. I don't like to. It's not my thing to like grab a protein bar or two or three throughout the day. I just don't really like them all that much. I'd rather have a meal of whatever it is, protein and rice or potatoes or something like that. So
Well, keep us posted on how that goes. Hopefully you get, hopefully you can get that 5-10 pounds on at least. And because
yeah,
you're doing novice, so it really doesn't, I mean, you're going up against guys that are 300 pounds and guys that are 120 pounds,
yeah,
just that's the joy. The good thing about novice is it kind of caters to, everyone that's kind of newer or not as
yeah,
strong as they'd like to be. So,
yeah. I'd like to get to 175. That'd be another 10 pounds. So the heaviest I've been able to get to is 167, and then if I don't really, really try, it seems like I get back down to 163 in a day, and then I'm stuck there. So I know it's just all an input thing. I understand that. So, but
big math over there.
yeah.
Get some hobby questions for him, Joey. Whatever you want.
Well, I actually was just moving some of those down into unpaid and underrated, which I saw you already did.
No, yeah. Well, they might have been duplicates because I already copied everything from unpaid and underrated down, and then cherry picked a couple others, but nothing that I didn't delete. All right, so all those will probably come up, things they love. So I can just go into a. Oh, okay. So I shared my embarrassing shit story. Janelle said you had one, and then we can get into some games.
Yeah. I don't know how embarrassing it is, but
little beef jerky action.
Yeah. So I'll try to keep the backstory as short as possible. My father-in-law, I was down at his what we call the farm, which is where we bow hunt, and his lifelong best friend, his name is Barry, was there as well. He's from Colorado. He's actually our taxidermist. Well, Barry's father is the previous owner of the farm, all the ground and the farmstead and stuff. And Wayne, my father-in-law, has since bought that ground. So anyway, Barry was there visiting. He had brought some pronghorn antelope jerky, and he was passing it out, and went to hand Wayne some, my father-in-law, and Wayne declined. And I was like, that's kind of weird. Why did Wayne decide he didn't want any of that jerky? And I'm like, yeah, sure, I'll have some. And I ate it, and it was good. And so we hung out for a while, and I went to go home, and I got about 2 miles from the farm, and I'm like, oh no, like, this is not good. Like, this is a 911 deal. And I'm out in the country. Of course, I'm like 20 miles from home. And I'm like, this is either I am going to shit right in my pants or I'm going to pull over right now. So I barely got off the county highway, and I opened the door, and I'm not kidding. If I wouldn't have taken my pants down at that exact moment, like, oh no, it was the worst. It was so bad. Like, I'm not a 911 pooping kind of guy, not to overshare on that, but I was like,
oh no, that's what this podcast is about.
This is terrible. And later on, I had told Wayne, my father-in-law, about it, and he's like, why do you think I told him no? And I'm like, well, how am I supposed to know that? He kind of like gave me a wink or like a no signal,
Thanks,
send
Pops.
the bad signal. Yeah, right.
He's still mad you dated his daughter.
Yeah, well, maybe.
Oh, that's a good one. Well, at least you made it out of the car. I think
right.
believe it was Big Jason a few months ago told us how he just shit his pants in his car and couldn't do anything
Yep.
about it. And
Oh,
I was
no.
just like, just turned around and went home.
Yeah, before he addressed his IBS. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
This is a problem now.
Yeah, I mean, imagine if I would have been in town or something, that'd have been horrible. There's no way I'd have made it into a gas station bathroom. So I'd have probably been on the internet crapping in the middle of the road.
You're just a meme now.
Right.
Do you do any impressions?
That must be Grayson. I don't know. I guess yes, but a lot more when I was younger. But yeah, I do mess around a little bit with that. Yeah.
Yeah. Is there any you want to do or tell us about?
Oh, I used to. Well, so I don't know which one. I'm assuming that came from Big Grayson.
yeah, you.
My nieces and nephews obviously are quite a bit younger than me. Well, that's not true. We're closer in age than a lot of uncles and nieces and nephews.
You were just a 23-year-old cool uncle when they were kids. That's all.
Yeah, right. Except I was 12 or 10 and they were getting born. But anyways, yeah. So I used to, I would babysit them, right, all the time when their parents would go out to supper or whatever, and I would do like an Elmo voice, back then when they were kids. Tickle Me Elmo was a toy that was pretty cool, and I'd be like, tickle me, and so
that was pretty good, actually.
There's quite a few more, but yeah, that was probably the one that sticks out to him. Actually, Grayson's sister just brought that up at Christmas this year. She was calling me Elmo, so
that's the one they put in. So
yeah,
it was. Anything else? Actually, I got one before we get into FMK. So we know you guys have Columbus holds a soft spot in your guys' heart from Jenna Lee's episode, and you're a big hockey fan. You follow that team. Are you ever going to make it to the Arnold though?
I don't know. We were there actually one year during the Arnold, and we were staying at the hotel, one of the hotels that's attached to the convention center. Well, actually, we were there way back when we first started going there, 10, 11 years ago. We were in the airport in Columbus, and I'm like, what are all these massive people doing in here?
It's like all
so
these people are going to the hospital. I'm so confused.
Right. I'm like, what in the world's going on? Well, to answer your question, I'm not sure. I don't know. It's possible. I wouldn't say no.
Never say never.
Yeah, right. But it sounds like maybe Home Gym Con is the place to be instead. I don't know. For sure.
Yeah. Proximity wise, the Arnold is always my better choice. But if I had like unlimited air miles where I could go anywhere, I would be at Home Gym Con for sure.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't tell anybody. That'd be the thing. I wouldn't tell anybody I'm going. I would just be like, no, I'm not going to that. And then just show up, walk around like a stranger for a bit, wait till somebody recognized me.
Right. It's so incredibly expensive for us to fly to Columbus that if we did go, it would have to be coupled with our daughter's appointments, especially flying out of Aberdeen, which is the only way we will go there. We're not going to drive to Minneapolis and then fly there, but it's expensive.
Worst fucking drive ever.
I hate it. I do too. So
worst, shittiest long. I hate that drive. Like
I do too.
I spent so much more money than I should have to go into Aberdeen this year to avoid that 5-hour drive from Minneapolis.
Yep.
See, from here, it was $150 Canadian difference.
Okay.
So I
Oh no, it was like a $600 difference for me or something.
Wow, yeah, that's crazy. Because I looked at both, and it was the difference was like, well, it's not worth going to Minneapolis.
But I gained a lot back on this trip because I'm getting in Wednesday. And then I'm going to leave Sunday afternoon. So I've never been able to have the afternoon Sunday flight ever. It's always been the 5 a.m. flight or the 6 a.m. flight or drive to Minneapolis or drive to fucking...
Are you flying out of Aberdeen in the afternoon?
Yes. No.
No.
There's only 2 flights a day out of Aberdeen. And,
I know, but the problem is the hotel checkout's at 11. Your flight's not till 4.
No, you can come to the Roost.
I think it's 2. We would actually like to see that wouldn't be a horrible idea.
That's not a bad idea.
Actually. It would be a great idea because
Andrew and I get in I think Andrew, I think we're on the same flight in, so we need someone to pick us up anyway.
Yeah, you guys could come hang out here. We're like 12 minutes from the airport, so.
See, I didn't.
You guys aren't actually in Aberdeen. You're not in the town of Aberdeen, though, aren't you?
No, we live south of the town, but
Gotcha.
Like I said, it's like 12 minutes to the airport.
Gotcha.
So
I didn't think of that when I was stuck in Aberdeen for 4 hours with nothing to do. I was just like, well, I'm not going to tell anybody. I'm going to wander around, and you can't walk anywhere in Aberdeen. That's ridiculous.
Not if you'd like your body to not get.
Yeah, but I definitely should have just been started like to reach out and be like, yo, I'm coming over.
I was like, what? I was like, what do you mean you can't walk anywhere in Aberdeen? I was like, you can walk wherever you want, but you're referring to the mosquitoes.
If you have pants and
there's
a long sleeve shirt.
Yeah, because if you're at the hotel we were at, which I think was the Ramkota, like nothing is walking distance.
Yeah, you'd have to walk, I suppose, a mile or two before you got to anything you wanted to get to.
Yeah, I got to go to Qdoba and
Good point.
Rock.
Yeah. Yeah.
So next time you're stuck in Aberdeen, you just hit up the roost. Don't even tell them you're coming. Just show up.
We can come get you.
Have to have Jenny come get us. Or whoever's not working. That'd be cool.
100%.
Dope. All right. I'm gonna get into some FMK unless anything's jumping out at you there, Joey. This is like the 10th week in a row. I keep like, Nate, if you're listening, we got to go into the questionnaire and edit it to where everything to FMK and Mount Rushmore are the two last things, and move additional info up somewhere, because I always miss everything in additional info until it's like almost too late. Because like having it down here, it's like I have to go scour that and then go back up. But
because like additional info was the first to have a CTF other than the Mecca in western northeast South Dakota.
Yeah, that would have been cool to see.
Yep. So, well, sugar.
Thanks, Nate. I know you've said this before. That just proves that Nate's too busy to listen to the podcast. I mean, I don't know what he's doing. Something. It's one of those. I don't know, but
he's doing nothing.
He's prepping to be a girl dad.
Yes,
I'm very happy for that.
That's a big job. So
yeah. Are you? You guys are all done then? I imagine. With your youngest is like 10 now, right, or 8? 10.
Yeah, sorry.
So
you guys, we're done.
Generally pops a boy out next month. You're gonna be like, oh fuck. Start that 18-year clock over.
There'll be, if that would happen, there would have to be some long, serious conversations. I cannot reproduce anymore. So
yay, vasectomy crew.
I was batting 1,000, and now that's
it's
a 0.
Yeah, so. That was the same thing. This is too easy. We need to stop this.
Yeah, it's a lot more fun. Anyway.
I mean, so someone submitted. I don't know if it was self submitted or by someone else, but that you're very antisocial. But I thought you've been, we've interacted a couple times, and this has been fun. We saw you at the Lift Hard, and then again at Crew Falls. You guys literally left Tommy's like 10 minutes before the picture. I think. Like, what the?
Yeah,
I mean, did you guys drive back to Aberdeen that night?
Yeah.
Okay, so
our youngest daughter.
That's fair.
Our youngest daughter requires some medical care every single day, and it's a timely procedure. So that's a non-negotiable thing, and that's just what happened. It sucks we missed that photo, though.
Yeah,
it sucks we missed that photo. But
yeah, we could. We could always Photoshop you in there.
Photoshop our heads in there.
I mean, you could. Well, I mean, it's easy enough. Like, honestly, you should. It could just ask someone in the crew to do it, like for your own. With having the gym now and being at a bunch of different events, like I know I love doing, like I print off pictures of stuff I go do and stuff. I put them in the magnetic sleeves and I just start throwing them all on all the metal. Your fucking gym is metal, so you could have a whole collage of moving pictures, and it would cost you literally like it's 10 to 20 cents to print off a picture. The magnetic sleeves cost like 10 times more than the damn pictures, but that's something that you and Jenna Lee that could be a nice little side hobby of like finding all these pictures, putting them up on the wall, like pictures of like you, Tanner, Tommy, her competing, like your kids, just anything fitness related in the gym. That'd be really cool. I want to see that.
Grayson says we got to cover every square inch of the walls. So,
there you go.
But
pictures, pictures and trading cards is a good start.
Right, but back on Crew Falls, like I really wanted to go to Los Campeones and lift with everyone, and I mean that would have been a great opportunity to get some help with strongman movements.
The tsunami bar would have been a good
for
one
both
to
of us,
try
for both
too.
Generally and I. Yeah. Well, we went with.
Oh, you literally have one 10 minutes away.
Yeah, we went down to the gym with Big Grace and Big Hannah, and we messed around with the tsunami bar, and that's.
Gotcha.
I don't. Yeah.
Did Hannah break her news publicly yet, or she's been hinting to people? Okay.
Well, if you get on the internet, it's already public. So
Okay, that's what I
it's,
thought.
Okay.
yeah. So
It's still
but
Jake didn't. Abby didn't update the roster yet. That's the only reason I know. I know she told me a
I,
couple weeks ago,
I
but I didn't see
haven't
it updated on the roster yet.
yeah, I haven't been super active in Discord lately with everything going on.
Yeah,
But
don't blame
I
you.
enjoy being in there. But I think I saw a couple things. Hannah's been more active, or maybe I shouldn't say that. That's not fair. I think she's been talking about it in there, so maybe she did go public with it. I don't know.
Good enough. All right. Well, I think we can go into FMK now that we've made fun of Nate enough for having additional info in the wrong spot for the 7th time. All right. We're gonna play a little FMK here. Anyone not familiar? So we're gonna give him 3 topics. He has to decide which one he wants to F, which one he wants to marry, and which one he wants to kill. I'm gonna go a little bit different from the one that was submitted because I'm not sure if that was from you or not. But let's go rifle hunting, bow hunting, and archery competitions.
Killing.
FMK.
I'm killing archery competitions.
Okay.
Well, oh shoot, no, hang on. Dang it, I forgot. No, when you said that, I thought like archery tournaments because I assume you're probably meaning the shoot that Janley and I do together.
Yeah,
every
well,
year. Is that a fair
I mean,
assessment?
yeah, like because initially it was coyote hunting, rifle hunting, bow hunting, but I'm like, well, coyote hunting is like could it be both of the other two? So I didn't, unless you think that's a
Okay.
better suggestion. I just thought
No,
throwing the
we'll
archery
go-
competition would be a little bit of a curveball, and
We'll go with yours because I think the archery competition, if it was
archery and
strictly,
like just let's include you just going out in the backyard with your girls and shooting the bow too. Like anything archery related that's not actually killing something or
yeah.
it.
Shoot.
Yes, that's what you're doing.
Yep,
Is you're shooting.
pun intended.
Yeah. That's a kind of a tough. That's a tough
That's
one.
why
because,
that's why it's FMK, not easy, hard, not so fun. Like it's 3 things that are pretty awesome, and then you have to sit there and judge yourself for the next week. Because when you listen back to this, you're gonna be like, oh, I should have said that because that's not really what I think.
Yeah, that's gonna be terrible because I can't choose. Is that an option? I know.
Druthers only go so long, but there's no druthers that's allow you to not answer.
Yeah, right. I'm gonna kill the archery competitions, and just because Janley and I can find, and it's not really a competition that we go to; it's just a fun shoot. So Janley and I can find something that we can do together that we enjoy. I'm gonna marry bow hunting.
Okay.
Because that's awesome, and
you are bowing me, so that tracks.
Yeah. So, and then I'll F rifle hunting only because, in particular, coyote hunting. So,
gotcha.
That other than that, I can collect all the meat I need to collect bow hunting. So, yeah, that's my answer.
Fun stuff. I'm glad I made that a little bit harder for you. Or a little bit trickier.
That was tricky.
Yeah, I'm gonna make mine controversial. I know we don't like to do that here, but I'm gonna. Mount Rushmore dream game. So what is the game the dream game, the 4 of them that you wish, or that you even have already taken down?
Oh, like animals, you're saying. Okay.
Yeah.
Jonathan's face was not tracking.
I was like game. Like I don't know what you mean.
Okay, yeah, no, I see it. Yeah. Like solitaire, chess.
Yeah, no, right. No. That's what I was like. What? I don't know. Yeah. So, a lot of my answer would come from like the experience. I would say that is to be had because that's a lot of it. That is definitely a lot of it. One of them would be a bow hunt for mountain goat. I would say. And then probably just West River hunt of any kind. West River, South Dakota, I should say. That's literally one of my favorite places to be on earth, no matter what I'm doing out there, honestly. It doesn't even have to be hunting related. The next one would be, I'm going to have to say coyote hunting.
You really don't like coyotes?
No, I love coyotes. Actually, they're my favorite North American animal. To be quite honest with you, they're unbelievably intelligent. They can survive in any environment ever other than the Arctic, the poles. I think they're probably in every place besides that they could survive. They're incredibly smart, and hunting them makes you a better hunter for everything, to be quite honest with you. I have a lot of respect for them, so I love them.
The ones we have here, I don't know if you're familiar with it. We have coy wolves.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like the large majority of our population around here are coy wolves.
Really?
Yeah. So they're a bit more weird.
That's interesting because, you know, a lot of wolves will really put a hurting on coyotes, but I can see how it could happen, you know, with transient wolves and a coyote. I could see that for sure. But a pack of wolves makes very short work of a coyote.
Yeah, and we don't have a lot of wolves around here, but just through inbreeding, migration, and right, it just takes one or two to spread it out.
Yeah, that makes sense. So I have one Mount Rushmore left, right?
You do.
It'd probably be a mountain bow hunt of anything, maybe elk, I suppose. Yeah. That's pretty incredible, you know, to hike in somewhere with 10 or 12 or 5 or whatever days in a backpack and just go out there and survive and hopefully come back with something. So those would be my. So
no dreams of helicopter hunting wolves or savanna hunting lions or anything like that. No, that does. No, I do want to get one mountain lion with my longbow. That's actually on my. That sounds so hard. Yeah, behind hounds. So yes, it is. It's incredibly hard. But I don't want to just take any mountain lion. And with a longbow, you know, that adds the challenge to it. That's how I bow hunt with a longbow. But I do want to take one mountain lion. I don't need to take a bunch of them, but I do want to take one. And the way I understand, they're pretty good to eat too. So that's on my short list. But yeah, I would want to take a mountain lion.
So a longbow versus a compound bow isn't a compound bow is not a longbow. A longbow just only has the one axis then.
A single string bow essentially. Okay. Yeah.
How tall is that in compared to you? Like it's.
The bow I shoot a 62-inch and a 64-inch bow. So just over 5 feet. Dang. You know. So.
And those aren't. Is it older? Is it a wood, like a vintage wood bow, or do they make them like fiber? I don't know what kind of.
They're a modern longbow. It's not like a self bow that was carved out of a wood stave.
Gotcha.
Which that's super cool. And to be honest,
I read a lot of books where it's like, you know, like the characters shoot longbows and stuff. So it's like, oh, that's intriguing. But I can't imagine today's longbows or like fantasy book longbows.
Yeah, making a self bow is something that I might actually do when. It's just Shelly and I sitting around here, and the kids are gone, and like, what the heck am I going to do now? So, but no, I shoot modern longbows now. You know, they're laminated core limbs and like a G10 riser and stuff like that. So they're pretty efficient, but quite a bit different than a compound bow. You know, no sights and things like that. So you play on hard mode, is what you're saying? Yeah, but and I have nothing against compound hunting or anything like that. I mean, I still own a compound. It's great. I love it. All archery is fun archery. So whether you hunt with it or you don't. So
even though we killed it, you know. Well, you only killed the competition, so that's fair.
Yeah, right.
Do all your girls still get into it, or they kind of outgrown it, or never really got into doing it with mom and dad?
Vivian they all did it when they were younger, for sure. I bought them little longbows and little wood arrows, and they would shoot, you know, whenever I'd be out shooting, they'd want to shoot. And so they all did it. Vivian, our youngest, probably still has the most interest in it. And I think our oldest, Jaylyn, would probably really enjoy it still. You know, they're dancers though. So 9 months out of the year, they're dancing, you know, how many ever nights a week, you know, whether it's 2 or 4 nights a week. So they're extremely busy. So. Well, I think you passed our games.
You did. I'm going to hit you guys with some affiliates, so buckle in. Barbell Rescue, Big Kim's over there. You know, he's always making those, changing up the color of the inserts, makes it every color but orange pretty much so far. We got
That's
Jake.
probably on
Jake,
purpose at this rate.
no, because it's because he has to order like hundreds and hundreds of inserts at times. So if he's not, can't sit on the quantity. Home Gym Con, Massonomics 100% will be there, and there'll probably be at least 30 crew there or more. So if you can't make it to Crew Falls, Home Gym Con might be the second coolest thing. Third, get put lift hard living there somewhere. Mm-hmm. But I would definitely go to Home Gym Con over the Arnold if you're listening to this and you have the opportunity. Freedom Fitness Equipment, Ashton's out there selling some price right stall mats, as he said on Instagram the other day. And then Big Grant back in the States now, or at least his buddy is, and go get some apparel from the Strength Co.
I would buy an orange barbell brush. Not to step on your dick again, Keith, but
it's okay, buddy.
I would buy an orange barbell brush.
It's big enough we can both step on it today.
The Roost has quite a bit of orange stuff in it as well.
Is that because like your first rack was PRX and you kind of just build off of that, or like where's the orange?
I really like orange. My bow actually has orange accents in it, and my fletching's orange, and I'm a fan of orange as well.
We like it. Let's we'll go ahead and air this episode then. So we got another game for it. This is a somewhat original spin on it. Unpaid or underrated. So Big Jonathan here is going to get about 6 to 8 hand-picked selections, terms, phrases, topics, ideas, etc. And he's got to go through and use his druthers and decide, is this topic underrated, which means it's pretty cool, or is it unpaid, which means it's not so great because nobody wants to be unpaid. So, Big Jonathan, I'm going to hit you with a few here. This is fan-submitted by Big Ron out in the Pacific Northwest. Miller Welders, unpaid or underrated? Miller.
Underrated. Okay. Yeah, we
Big Eddie just got a little happy for you.
I was going to say Big Eddie will like that answer too.
Yeah,
that's the welders. That's
how many
the
hats
welders
and
we
pocket
run.
knives has Eddie given you?
None. What do you
None
mean?
Yet? Oh man, I guess yeah. Yes, he might not actually know you too well yet because we only had the one interaction.
No, we're getting to know each other a little bit through.
Yeah, Eddie's a good guy.
Social media. Yeah, I very much enjoyed his commentating.
The
Liftard. Sure. That was great.
In the full attire. He's competing this year, so I'd love to get. I don't remember who's stepping in, but someone's got to have to step in and contribute.
Big shoes to fill there, I think. He did a great job.
Absolutely. So Miller Welders. Okay, let me click that. What else we got here? So many. Unpaid or underrated energy drinks, and I'm going to assume this is a caffeine drink, not Gatorade, but I don't know. Someone said that you might have a strong opinion on these.
Well, of course I do, but it doesn't carry any weight. But just for me personally, 100% unpaid.
Oh, okay. Now, but for clarification, are we talking Gatorade or are we talking like Monsters?
Like Monsters, okay. And Ghosts and Bangs. And
you just a black coffee guy, or do you like your caffeine pills, or where are you getting your boost from?
Coffee, but there is one. I don't even know if you could call it an energy drink. I guess you probably could. Bum Energy. Have you guys heard of those? Yeah. I think that caffeine comes from coffee in them. Actually, if you read the bottle or the
that's
can.
Interesting. Now the funny thing is that was one of the submitted ones, and when I read it, I didn't have any. I never knew it was a company, so I'm just like, someone submitted that he has Bum Energy, so he just like has a lazy Saturday is what I assumed. So that's really funny.
It's a
I get it now.
Yeah, it's C-Bum's products.
That tracks. It's Bum. Okay.
Yeah, I can get him up here pretty easily because, like I said, he works out in the gym in the town over from me. But they're really low caffeine, so that
they're 100 milligrams, and there's only really 2 flavors that they have out that I like, is the cola and the root beer are.
I was gonna say it's probably the root beer because it's
delicious. It's amazing.
Yes,
it is.
Yeah,
how do you say that, Jonathan? Say that for me one time.
Root beer.
Root beer.
You say root. And what's on top of your house?
Shingles.
Well, the entire thing.
Don't take it. Don't take the bait.
Oh no, I do want to hear.
It's a roof.
Okay, and then when you go grocery shopping, what do you put your groceries in?
The cart.
Well, no,
I
a
fucking love
bag or a
this.
bag.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No,
Shoot,
I'm
I'm not
No,
passing this game.
I
You're good.
no, I
You're
love
good.
this because it's a
It's just
uh,
my jokes not landing.
yeah,
Of
and
course you love it.
or it's
I
John
bag.
just misdirecting you, which is
Yeah, he's
also
just
No, I'm not
hilarious.
just
doing
pulling
that
a mofo and just
intentionally.
fucking with
No,
me or something.
no,
You're good.
a bag.
Just as someone, you know, it's every now and then we get these, you know, Aberdeen adjacent
That's
fellas or
great.
Aberdeen fellas, and I want to hear how they pronounce stuff. Oh, so okay, explain. So a horse apart, is that a thing you
It's a horse
guys?
apiece.
Whatever, I don't fucking care. It's the
A
dumbest.
horse
Well, you
apiece,
can't even
man.
get.
Yeah, I know. I just fucked that up good. A
You
horse
did.
apiece. So like I get what
A
they're trying
horse
to say, but
apart. What?
how often do you say
Oh
a
man,
horse a piece?
I don't know how often I actually say it, but grew up with it. I mean, it's I
Like once
know
a year at
exactly.
least? Okay.
Oh, for sure, probably more than
Okay.
that. Yeah,
But I
That's-
mean,
yeah.
I'm not far from Keith, and it didn't phase me at all. So I've heard it in the
I've
past.
So
never
you
heard it
have,
once,
yeah,
yeah.
okay.
Like I
Yeah.
don't
I was-
use it, and it's not something people
Sure.
around me use. But when I heard it, I was just like, "Yeah, I know what that means," and like it
I
was
wanna-
just another part of the
I bet-
conversation.
I
want
bet
to
it's
say
probably
it and see if anyone picks up on it like locally. Like I'm gonna
Yeah.
say it the next time it like is appropriate to say and see if I can get someone to say anything.
I would say if I don't say it or somebody else does, it's probably monthly at least.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah.
Good to hear. Unpaid or underrated sleepy time teas.
Oh, underrated.
Nice. Anything specific?
I don't really know. There's one that says bedtime, and I don't know if it's got lavender
I think
or
I have
something
one of
in it. And then I like to double dip though. I mix it with another one. It's
Okay.
like a stress relief tea,
those.
and honestly, like I get pretty wound up, not like hyper, but
all that
like
coffee you
just
drink.
no,
at
in
night?
my brain. No, in my brain in the
gotcha.
evenings,
Yeah.
and those two combinations, man, it really does help me get better rest. I feel like I don't have it every night, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I very much enjoy that.
I should
Especially
drink
if I'm-
more chamomile tea and sleepy tea or whatever. Like we've got a whole
Yeah.
box,
Yeah.
so we got a variety of it, but it's like once a month I might drink it. I probably should be doing it a couple times a week, honestly.
Yeah, when I'm out hunting, and at the end of the day, you know, it can be pretty stressful days. You know, your body's just kind of like in overdrive because it just is. It's a stressful day, and when you're out all day and whatever, and it just really helps kind of just settle everything down.
If only we had a friend who had a lavender farm. All right, I guess it's my turn.
Yes, sir. I'm done.
Unpaid or underrated? Any type of cold casserole.
Oh
That's what
man,
I forgot to ask that one.
that is unpaid, 100% for me. For me personally, 100% unpaid.
Yeah, you were saying earlier about the macaroni salad.
Yeah, he
like,
was shitting all
I
over
don't
it.
get it. I don't understand it. Why is it? Because it is it be and it's fine. I mean, it's great. You know, my mom probably made all kinds of them growing up when she fed people, but like, why? I don't get it. Like, is it just for the taste? Because like it tastes like dog shit. So I don't know.
I see what you're saying, but at the same time, like you're at a barbecue and
Yeah.
you've got your barbecue meats, you've got, you know, your main attractions, and
Sure.
you got stuff on the side. And like my mom used to make a really good spicy rice salad, and it was served cold because it's a barbecue. You can't heat it up and take it outside.
Right.
Right. She had a macaroni salad that had like bacon bits and shit in it. That was dope. Like it was so good.
Yeah.
So like there's parts of me that like if my wife tomorrow was like, for dinner we're gonna have a cold casserole, I'd be like, the hell we are.
It's it's not even so much the temperature. Well, I suppose it is because that's what kind of makes it a salad, right? Like,
Yeah.
but I don't know. I just don't get it. I don't enjoy them. It's okay that other people do. That's okay.
Well, here's a curveball in that though. So what about like ham salad, turkey salad, chicken salad, etc.? Like
Oh my God, no.
meat salads.
No,
Okay.
like what is it?
What if you
generally-
microwave
No.
it? That's
What is generally really like? It's what do you call it? It's like chicken salad spread, chicken salad
Ew,
sandwiches.
no.
You guys
That's
ever heard of
fucking
that?
Yeah.
Oh,
Absolutely.
God.
I love it.
That makes me
Amazing.
think of Joey's eating
That's so good.
a rotten deviled egg story about just shitting all over yourself.
Yeah,
you
like
know?
that was
like
Is it back to back weeks we talked that the guests shit themselves? But that's pretty cool.
Oh no,
Yeah.
no. You know, I didn't even get into the crux of that story. I have so much
Really?
more.
I think I went deep enough on mine tonight for both of us.
I just think there's so many other delicious things that you can eat that are even
Well, your body weight
better
tells us
for you.
otherwise.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, okay, got him. Got him.
There we go. There we go again with the skinny kid joke.
No, it's used. You're obviously you acknowledge it's not enough. You're not putting enough in. So the stuff that you're claiming is so much better than these cold dishes.
No, I didn't say better. I just don't understand
calories
it.
of cold potato salad.
Okay, so I do have a question.
Might not be wrong.
Yeah,
yep.
I just have like a comparative question instead of a try and shame you question. Cold cuts. What are those for you?
Like a deli meat sandwich?
Yeah.
Like that? Yeah. No, that's great.
That's fine?
I mean, yeah.
Okay.
It wouldn't be my first choice of
that's
caloric intake food, but yeah, no, that's good.
Yeah, I'm like trying to force myself to do more tuna salad, which essentially it's tuna, mayonnaise, and onions for me. Like I don't add anything. Yeah. Maybe a little dill to, it up, but
that's a hard no for me, but that's
No, I know it's also a hard no for me, but I want the protein, right? Like
I get
where I'm at now.
No.
Unpaid or underrated pizza?
Oh, underrated. That's delicious. No, I'll eat cold pizza, but I prefer it warm.
Yeah, it's not a salad; it's a pizza.
Yeah,
it's a pizza on a plate or a salad on a plate.
Yeah, and the next time you guys are in the Dean, you need to go to maybe you need to go to a place called That's a Pizza, and get their chicken cordon bleu pizza if you like that kind of thing. But it's delicious. It's amazing. It's a local pizza place. The couple that owns it, man, I don't remember when it opened, but they got to be going on 30 years, I'd say, probably. But they're cool people.
Do they use the pizza pizzazz?
I don't think so.
Can you imagine a restaurant doing that? You walk in, you order a pizza, and they're like, "Yeah, it'll be 20 minutes," and there's just a pizzazz, a single pizzazz.
Or like a George Foreman pizza maker. Imagine the extension cord you'd need for that sucker.
Was that 2 or 3 for me?
2, I believe.
We'll do it. Unpaid or underrated TikTok?
Oh God, unpaid. And yeah, I can put context to that, but I don't know that it's well, that's not fair of me to say because I don't use it. But I don't know that it's necessary. I think it does more harm than good, if you ask me.
Do you
especially for I like to say especially and generally makes fun of me because anyway, especially for younger children who shouldn't be on there anyways, but good luck with that.
Yeah.
And in particular, young females, I think it's terrible. I really do.
Do you think there's a difference between TikTok and Instagram Reels?
That I can't answer truthfully because I don't go to the Reel page on my Instagram ever.
Okay.
And I don't do TikTok either. So probably not though. And maybe YouTube. Does YouTube have like a Reels thing, shorts or something? That's probably similar, I would imagine.
Yeah.
No, I don't. I don't like it.
Yeah, I've got a TikTok account, and I think I've opened TikTok once.
I do too.
Yeah, I've opened it once in 3 months.
Yeah, not to interrupt you, but I do too. I have a TikTok account as well, but I don't use it. I'm not on there. So, yeah.
All right. I think you passed unpaid and underrated. Good work.
Well done, my friend.
I do want to point out there is one thing. It's crew saying something is unpaid in the Discord. I think that is genuinely funny. I think Matt Sanchez did it recently where he was just like, this is unpaid, and like taking our podcast and putting it into like the crew ether. That's hilarious. It's hilarious. And people just get it. Like nobody questions it. Like, that's unpaid. And we're like, yeah, that does suck.
On to today too, they were talking about, people came up with their different powerlifting groups to be a team member or whatever.
Mm.
And I think I said something about like, oh, that would have been cool if someone made Unpaid and Underrated and just anyone that's been a guest. And then Jeff was just like, oh, so you just want like the internet because like 60% of the people that are going to
Yeah.
compete take. Maybe not that. I'd actually looking at the roster is probably only more like 25. I mean, there's a lot of familiar names, but like also not a lot of familiar names. So, but I did think Tanner
1 second.
specifically said that it's a more crew probably signed up this time than ever. Didn't get a random influx of non-crew or not a big amount then, so no one's sharing a sneaky link that should be kind of private. So thankfully.
Do you think that the powerlifting's probably sold out by now? Have you checked since we've been on?
I can look if you would tell me a story. Tell me an embarrassing story about Jenna Lee, and I'll look up real quick.
Embarrassing story about Jenna Lee.
93. So there's 7. So you don't have to say it if you don't want to.
Oh, okay.
So the one they sold one more since we got out. But why Joey's in the can? Pheasant hunting. Bonus unpaid or underrated. In Aberdeen specifically, I guess. Or Aberdeen adjacent. Because I'm not sure if it's all in Aberdeen or just in the greater Aberdeen area.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with unpaid just out of personal reasons. I mean, it's great. It's great. People love it. People really get excited for it. I don't mind it. The part of it for me is having a dog, you know, and watching the dog work and stuff like that. That's what it is for me. I enjoy it. I don't do a lot of it anymore. I used to do a lot of it, but and my dog is actually really good at it, but more of a duck hunt guy than a pheasant hunt guy.
Gotcha. Yeah. Nintendo, am I
right? Right.
There was one more thing. Oh, so all the damn chickens, is that a do you contribute into their caretaking, or is that solely a kids and Jenna Lee?
No, I would say I most certainly am the primary caretaker of the chickens who reside out at the roost.
So, you are, you said?
Yes, I am.
Oh, dang.
Especially during the winter.
Wow.
Generally, that's not to say generally doesn't do it, but in the winter, it's 99% me unless I'm gone on a hunting trip. So, which is fine. It's fine.
Do you eat more of the eggs than anyone else in the house then?
Yes.
But just not egg salad.
Hard boiled.
Correct. No.
Tell us about the hard boiled.
Oh my God. Is there a worse smell than someone cracking a container of hard boiled eggs?
I mean, it smells like hard boiled eggs is worse.
Yeah. Well, I love eggs, right? But hard boiled is just something I've tried to do, and because it would be convenient for me, you know. Yep. But I can't do it. I don't know if it's a texture thing coupled with the smell. I'm not quite sure. I can't smell very well at all. And so like when I can smell a container of hard-boiled eggs being opened, I'm like, I can't even imagine what that actually smells like right now.
Is that like a lifetime thing or like a COVID thing?
Lifetime thing. Oh, you mean the smell thing?
Yeah.
I don't really know. I think it was like probably going by the wayside before that. I mean, I can smell. I don't want to make it sound like I can't smell anything, but like my sense of smell is definitely stifled for sure.
It's funny because it's like, I've joked about it before that if I eat eggs every day, it's fine. Mm-hmm. And then one day it isn't, right? It's like, I'll take a fried egg, I'll take scrambled eggs. Like, this is fine. And then one day you're like, these are disgusting. Why am I doing this?
Yeah.
Hard boiled is my go-to for when I don't want one, but I know I need to eat some eggs. Hard boiled is easily some salt and pepper. It's just the fastest and most convenient way for me to get eggs down. Because to me, they don't taste like anything.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So it's, I guess I'm the opposite of you in that sense, where it's just like, if I have to eat eggs, I'm going to do hard boiled because they don't taste like anything to me.
Yeah. Yeah. I eat eggs every day. My breakfast is 2 full eggs and then 137 grams of egg whites. I used to eat like 5 whole eggs a day. But my cholesterol was kind of high one time when I went to the doctor. So anyway, I don't know if that matters or not, but there's a lot of cholesterol in a full egg. So
yep, for sure.
But hard boiled isn't.
You do your own egg white then? Like you're just taking your yolk out, or you also
egg white? we're buying egg whites, especially now in the winter when the chickens slow down laying.
Oh yeah, I can
So
see that. They've
yeah,
reduced
And taking the yolk out sucks.
well, and I would rather, instead of doing that, I feel like you're wasting so much of it. Which I
that's
guess I
true.
could get. I wish I could give the separated parts back to the animals, but like I'd rather break that egg on the ground, let the chickens and cats and dogs eat it, than separate it and throw away the egg yolk.
Makes
Yeah,
sense.
no, that makes sense.
All right. Well, this is where we hand it over to you. If you have anything you want to close out with, anything you want to, try to embarrass us with or pick our brains, let's hear it.
I don't really have anything to embarrass you by, but I've got a couple questions for each of you. Joey, we'll start with you. FMK, Apple products, early 90s Royal Rumble, and deviled eggs.
No, that's not fair.
Might have been a different answer a month ago.
Yeah.
No,
right.
I'd still crush deviled eggs. I don't give a
He crushed.
Probably kill the early 90s Royal Rumble.
Really?
Well, because because wrestling is all about the experience, the novelty, the show. As much as some people, I'm not a nostalgic person. I think I've said that on this podcast before.
Not like Tommy.
Yeah, I guess not.
History, man.
I have no patience for this is good because I remember it being good.
Okay.
I am fully aware that the human brain does not remember things. It remembers how you felt about the thing at the time, which is why when somebody says something like Michael Keaton is the best Batman, I can make a very objective argument why he was the worst screen Batman ever. He is not. But because it was your first Batman and you were young and it felt good at the time and you were so amazed at how cool the movie looked, you think it's the best Batman. It is not. It's not even close. And I think that's kind of like the same for wrestling. Is somebody says the Attitude Era is the best era of wrestling, and I go watch it now. It sucks. It's just edgy bullshit. Like, it was the worst time in wrestling. Somebody says, "Oh, I remember He-Man was the greatest TV show whenever." Okay, go watch it now. It sucks. So I'm probably gonna kill early wrestling, only in the sense that like it just doesn't. It has its legend attraction, but it does not have, for me, good attraction.
That makes sense.
Probably gonna marry Apple products just because like I'm in the ecosystem. I'm looking at 3 right now. Like that's my life. And I worked with Apple for so long and so close to Apple for so long that it would be hard for me to not be in it. At the same time, if my iPhone quit tomorrow and somebody walked up and was like, "Oh, here's a Google Pixel," I wouldn't be like, "Yeah, I'm not having that." I would take the Google Pixel.
Sure.
Phones are phones. Sorry, they do what they're supposed to do. They all do the same thing in different ways. People that want to, and I know people like to say that I'm an Apple fanboy, and it comes up probably once every couple of weeks. I'm not really. I do love Apple. I do think Apple is the superior product. Could I go without it? Yeah.
Sure.
I don't want to.
Yeah, same. Yeah, same.
Yeah, so I guess that would leave effing deviled eggs. Yeah, but that's the thing that got me sick. I was like, I love deviled eggs, and I was like, yeah, these are probably still good.
He was effing them deviled eggs, and then he got sick,
and then they effed me back. But it's only because
happens.
I was just like, I love these so much, I'm gonna eat them anyway.
Right,
and they got me.
I get it.
They got me good.
I get it. Okay, Keith, FMK. The No Wine Cellar, the Strongman Garage, social media, including Discord.
Ooh.
I fucking hate Discord as of late. Discord's like the worst thing going on. Discord's just annoying as fuck as of late. So that's tough though, because I do get so much out of social media in general. So yeah, I'm gonna kill the Strongman Garage Gym because I can pay $15 and go to East Ave and do Strongman Saturday once a week, and I can do 80% of what I want to strongman related in the basement. So the garage is just fun and neat and cool, but I could do without it. So kill that. I guess I'll have to F social media just because it's contributed a lot of my like expansion of my friends in life. It's turned into the friends you made along the way by people you met online. It has become
Right.
like real friends. Like I'm gonna walk like in 10 years from now when all this is said and over with, more than likely, like I'm gonna walk away with probably 20 people that I consider lifelong friends, maybe give or take. Like, I mean, ballpark
Yep.
somewhere in that range. Like people that I'll still talk to on a weekly basis, probably. I think that's my personal goal out of it.
Yep.
If
Makes sense.
if this all died tomorrow for some reason, leaning the no wine cellar is that's saved my mental and physical health for the last decade. So I cannot live without that for sure.
That makes
That's where I have
sense.
to go.
Good. Joey, unpaid or underrated the use of the acronym DILF?
Underrated.
Yeah, right on.
Underrated.
Right on.
Dude.
I could explain the whole how it came into my gym and everything like that, but I just think it's stupid. I think the idea of how American Pie introduced the MILF with Stifler's mom and everything like that. Jennifer Coolidge, shout out. Makes me want a hot dog real bad. And then just to suddenly like want a stupid name for my gym, right? And having a shirt that said Feral Dilf from Jenny over at Deadlift Till I'm Dead, because she did one for herself that said Feral MILF.
Okay.
And then she was like, might as well do DILF. And then I got that because I was like, hey, I'm a dad who's, I work out. It might be fun. And then just naming my gym after that. Yeah, definitely underrated. Should everybody use it? Nah, but it is funny.
Right. Keith, this is last game, you could say. Mount Rushmore, benefits or experiences you've gained from training throughout the years. And it doesn't have to be 4, but a ranking system of some sort.
Damn. Oh man, that's tough. I don't know. Might have to talk amongst yourselves for a second. So like just basically things I've gained from the gym and lifting.
Yeah, and not necessarily not physical, not anything and everything is on the table. You can use your druthers.
I mean, the camaraderie I've gotten from my gym specific, like lifting circles, people you meet at powerlifting. I mean, I had friends in the lifting community well before Massonomics and stuff. So like, I built my gym around trying to like get people to come and have a community and train here on Sundays and stuff. And that's kind of withered away as people just don't want to get up early and whatnot and find their own gyms and whatnot. But doing just the community aspect that I've gained in so many different levels of it now, which expanding into home gym communities, into vintage weight communities, into Massonomic community. But all that started from a barbell. Like if it wasn't a barbell, like if I didn't fall in love with a barbell 12 years ago, like I wouldn't know any of these people. I wouldn't know. So out of like the 100 people in my phone book, I wouldn't know but like 3 of them essentially, I think, like, give or take. So there's community for one. I don't know, self-esteem. Definitely have built self-esteem. Maybe not as much, as I've gained weight in the last couple of years, but at one point I was very happy with my body, and now I'm still very happy with my body in a different way as I've struggled some other health issues. But just I guess accountability, like, laying on the couch and just being a piece of shit after work for the first 10 years of my adult life versus, when I hit 28, 29 and we're like, okay, yeah, I'm going to the gym 3-4 days a week for, 1 to 2, some amount of hours every fucking week for the rest of my life. And that's, I'm 12 years into that and no stopping now. Like my goal is to, be like 80 when I die or so and still be training a couple days a week at some capacity.
Right.
That love with the barbell and that commitment to just doing something, not necessarily for, yes, the gym is not therapy, but if you're too stubborn to go to therapy, it's not a bad, aid.
100%.
That's 3. Just,
meeting me.
Yeah, Joey's my buddy. Competing. I would
Yeah.
have never like because like training for something like that. It's kind of like playing football in high school. You're preparing for something, you're executing something, you're doing something. So it's like not like Joey mentioned. Like I get the bug to compete. It's almost more that I feel complacent and I need something to train for more than like the competing's fun sometimes. But I've had really horrible experiences at powerlifting meets and strongman shows. I've had really awesome experiences. It's just more a matter of like if I don't have something on the radar there for at least once to twice a year, I got to do something kind of thing. And the last few years, I felt like I was doing something once or twice a quarter, which was probably burnt me the fuck out. So I think this year it's gonna probably compete the least.
Mhm.
I'm gonna do at least the one. Well, I've already got one strongman show. No, that was last year. So technically, I'm at zero right now. Yeah, I guess just competing in general. I mean, that's kind of a broad answer, but learning that I like competing and what it gain, the accountability that I gain from competing and working with a coach, and just like knowing that if I'm financially and time invested into it for the end results, I'll put the work in to get there, kind of thing. So that was a very unique question and very hard to answer because it's so
Yeah.
fucking broad that it's just like
Yeah. Well,
I'm just
and that was
throwing
by
shit at the wall and kind of
well,
like,
that was by design, and you kind
yeah,
of answered it the way I thought you would, and probably the
good,
way I would too. Honestly,
nice.
like if it wasn't for us starting training, I would probably still be sitting at the shop after work with the guys drinking beers and on the brink of divorce. I mean,
Doesn't sound fun.
just being a POS, probably. I don't
Yeah.
know. Who knows? Maybe not. But
That was a good question. I
uh,
appreciate that. I
yeah,
value some people don't take it serious, and I mean,
yeah,
whatever. It's their podcast, but when people actually put more than 30 seconds of effort in it to kind of give
yeah.
back to the episode, like it's give
Mhm.
more. I love people that come to anything in this community with the give more than you take mindset. I pride
Mhm.
myself on that, and people that don't do that and all they do is take, just go fuck
Yeah,
yourself. So appreciate you, Jonathan.
yeah. No, absolutely. And then on a more lighter note, who is running the Major Orange Glaze Instagram page?
It's you, isn't
Like
it?
what? No,
I
it's
thought that was
not. But
you.
they friend requested me today,
I didn't even
Oh,
follow. I
Christ, I'm
and
didn't
sorry.
follow back.
I didn't.
I
Oh,
didn't at
really?
first, and
Oh,
then I felt bad because I think I was
It's
like,
the
I
same
well,
thing over and over again with
I
a different.
know, I
It's
know.
AI. First of all, it's AI.
yeah. Well,
Well,
I
clearly, I
realize
mean,
that.
So
yeah.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? That's me.
I'm bored.
That's
It's the
I have a
same thing
volcano in
over and
my
over.
backyard.
Yeah. I'm. Yeah. I
I get
I
it.
guess
apologize if you're listening. I didn't.
maybe I should have prefaced it with "How do you feel about it?" before I tried to make
Sometimes,
light of
like,
it. But
I do feel that sometimes people get confused. Like, people, my friends that aren't into this community, I think
yeah,
some of them think that I'm just this naive asshole that have 7 Instagrams and fucking have one for my garage gym, have one for this fucking major, like that. I guess I'm worried about I
mm,
confusing like not even worried, but it's like I don't want to be associated with anything other than
that
like the three things that I put the work into of like my
that
personal
makes
page, my gym page. So like it's
yeah,
not that it's
that
not
makes
funny and
sense.
cool when people like want to be
Yeah,
lighthearted about it, but like anything that takes away from the fucking last 15 years of work
Mhm.
I've put into like
Right.
building my
Yep.
gyms, building I mean I'm not going to say I'm in, like my persona, but like my gym's not nothing. I mean the No Wine Cellar page is somewhat well known, so it's
Hmm.
like having all these like parody accounts just confuse people. And then when a lot of
Sure.
people I know follow them back that don't know anything about it, and I'm just like, they're gonna really think this is me just being a goober, and that's
Yeah.
kind of frustrating. But
I should. Yeah.
I can't be
I should
mad
have
at the
thought of
people
it.
for just having fun around, and
And
I should.
if
I
I
should have took
could,
that perspective on it. I didn't, and yeah, I
if
get that 100%.
if
Sorry.
I could, as Keith's friend, and maybe say something he's either unaware of or doesn't want to say out loud, there is a difference between having fun with and making fun of.
Oh, 100%. I
And
agree, and that's why I should have prefaced my.
I've been called what it was. I think it was Joey E or Jeff. I don't remember. Said when it comes to if trolling Keith was an art, Joey would be Picasso. I love messing with Keith, but it doesn't count unless he's in on it.
Yeah,
Do you know
sure.
what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? And so like and there is nobody better than me and Nate
fucking
for messing with Keith. But it's
group chat today had me like rolling, like part laughing and snorting, but also like you asshole. A couple days,
yeah,
like,
I know, but
he
like
comes out of like left field sometimes. Like he won't say anything for like 2 days, and then he'll just like just pull something out of his ass and just be
yep.
like a burn on me, and I'm like, thanks, buddy.
But again,
Right.
it doesn't count unless you're in on it.
Agreed.
So
100%.
I
Yeah.
I do think that there comes to a point where some of these pages and they might be funny, they might be whatever they are. I for me personally as a friend of Keith, I just go, yeah, I can't anymore. I can't.
Sure. Yeah, that makes sense.
Right. And
I
they
do-
they could do it to me over and over and over again, and it would be fine because like,
Mhm.
you know, but I'm a bit protective of Keith in the sense that I'm allowed to make fun of Keith. You're
Mhm.
not.
Yeah.
I just like I like my brand to not be tainted, if you will.
Yeah, no,
'Cause
I
literally
get
have
that.
Very
like,
different
I have
perspectives
other
from both of
pages,
us.
and I'm like,
Yeah.
oh,
But
man, like,
yeah,
and then I have to have
Yeah.
I'm frozen. Oh, there I am.
no, you're back.
Maybe.
But anyway, so that's my perspective on it. I think that's Keith's perspective. I
Very all
did
valid.
look at it. I did look
See,
at
and
the
I-
page, and I was just like, it's just AI videos of Keith doing a log press with different
And-
backgrounds.
Yeah, and in full disclosure, I didn't even look at it at all. I did follow it back, but now I'm second guessing my
Well,
decision
I'm curious
to
too how
follow
many
it
because
back.
it's like I think it's like the third or fourth one now in the past couple of years, but I think some of them
Oh.
are pretty much dead and not active, and I haven't had to have some like awkward DM conversations with these like mystery profiles of like, will you please change the name to where it's like
Yeah.
super obvious that it's not me?
Yeah,
Because like
Right.
it's just
Yeah,
I'm
man.
not
I
saying
can
that I'm
see.
famous and need to protect myself, but like I'm not saying that. Like it's
Yeah, but like
clearly
Joey
not, and
said. Yeah, sorry, I stepped on your dick for
not
like the third time.
it's all
But like
good,
Joey
brother.
said,
We're
if
friends.
you're not in on it, then
But
you know it's not.
the Major Glaze one hasn't really stepped over some of the. I don't know. I feel like I'm
Yeah.
going to offend anyone listening that is
And
the
I didn't
manager
mean
of these
to.
pages, but I think
Yeah, I didn't.
it's not a big deal. I do love the Keith Head stuff. That's my favorite part.
the Keith Head stuff was
The Keith
awesome.
Head stuff is great, and I
That
still
comes
think,
from love. Yeah.
like I encourage people to like, and I'm not encouraging as in like, please do it. I'm gonna be sad if I don't, but like, it is pretty cool.
Yeah.
I love seeing that shit because it is. I feel that that's from the heart, whereas other stuff
Yeah.
is kind of like, how do I make it about me? I don't know. That is what it is.
Mhm. Yep.
I love most people, and some people are just douches, and that's just how it'll always be.
Yeah. Well, that's a fact.
I don't know if you guys noticed. I know Keith, you've been here every week for 100 and something episodes.
I think I missed 4. I did actually. I think
Okay.
I counted. I think.
When did this and this
that.
get here?
You pointed to the.
So this is a card my kid made.
Somewhat
I
recently.
have
I think.
no fucking clue what that is. How long
it's
has
just
that been there?
Morgan just putting stuff up. You'd have to go back into it
I-
because I don't.
I'm gonna have to,
archive.
like, I'm gonna go ask her after this, and she's gonna be like,
Yeah.
"You idiot! Those have been there for like a month." And
That's
Yeah.
funny.
That'd be
we
me.
since we don't do a video, obviously, and I don't archive the pictures. Like they're not in a video. They're not in a story highlight, so it'd be hard to see.
oh,
But
that's funny.
I can't even the crow or something. Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. Everything up below that.
Yeah,
But everything
that's all.
above it's
That
no
was all
clue.
me.
Yeah, I don't know what Morgan put up there. Maybe some art she made. She's waiting for you to comment on.
Yeah, well, I don't think
She
that
still
was
listen to
her.
the podcast.
Off and on, especially if I tell her
Maybe-
this episode was
maybe-
great,
okay,
go listen.
so-
But
Yeah, because that would
Um,
be funny. Because she might appreciate the call out. If I mean, it had. I mean, it's clearly not something your kids made. Well, maybe the one on the. I guess
no, the
it's so
one,
blurry.
yeah. So that's a
It's
it's a tie.
diamond looking. Oh,
it's
okay,
a shirt and tie that I think my boy colored
Oh,
or something.
okay. I thought the red
This
thing was
one,
the
the
cabinet.
crow
Okay.
thing, I don't know what that is or where it came from. I have other things that should have gone up. So
Hmm.
yeah, all right, cool. I don't. You guys probably saw me halfway through that conversation turn around and go, "What is happening behind me?" Well, that's what I was trying to figure out. That's anyway. Welcome to Unpaid and Underrated. I have no clue what's happening behind me.
Big Jonathan, I'd like to, send our appreciation. This was I was very nervous going into this episode because you literally gave me 3 fucking submitted questionnaires, my friend, and that was so much of a. And I understand why and how and all that. And I'm just glad that we were able to morph this into one of the most fun podcasts I've had in a few months. Like this is just 3 dudes just talking, shooting the shit, and
I said the same
when
thing.
I already know you too. So
I said the same thing to Morgan. I was like, there's no information. I've maybe met this guy for 10 minutes in my whole life. I'm like, I'm kind of nervous. And she was like, you're going to be fine.
Yeah, that makes trice of us because I was definitely nervous.
And
that's an understatement, honestly.
Knocked it out of the park.
Going back to the antisocial stuff, like, I probably just.
Well, I mean, let's put it this way. You were on the, you at least made the Mount Rushmore of Phillips and Phillips adjacent guests that we've had because, let's see, right? I don't even think we have an alien face yet, so you're definitely on the Mount Rushmore.
Story idea. Put it up as a poll after this one's released. Mount Rushmore of Phillips episodes and tag them all.
I can't do that. I don't like being mean. Oh, I'm gonna see. Did I? The Rose and Ginny thing ended up being. I think Ginny won, like being the biggest villain, but it was only by like 10% or something. So enough people, maybe even if it was 20, that still showed that like it wasn't the majority. It wasn't like 90% to 10%. It was definitely like a 70-30, 65-35 kind of deal. So enough people still thought Rose was a villain to make me happy. And Big Jory wanted to like argue with me in the thing, and I was just like, I'm not gonna like regurgitate what I said on the podcast. Go listen to the fucking podcast and then come talk to me after you hear my opinion. I was like, I will love to have I will discuss this with you, but not if you haven't listened to the podcast yet. Where I already like, I'm not gonna type that 3 paragraphs out of why I felt the way I felt.
Right.
But yeah, this was awesome. Anything else you wanted to touch base on or remind people of, or anything you wanted to? We'll get into your personal stuff, but any big things you wanted to plug, or any shout outs or anything?
No, I'm not sure what to do with my hands with this strongman competition coming up here, but
well, I mean, use 2 of them on the
right
tsunami bar. Use 1 on the circus and two on the log again.
Yeah, good. That's good tips. No, but I'm kind of excited. I'm excited to do it, and I'm excited to talk about a Phillips takeover. Like
there you go.
4 of us doing strongman.
Indeed.
So
that actually be really cool.
Hannah's Phillips adjacent, pretty much a Phillips at this point by common law. So
I don't think they're going to get married. So I think they're about as married as they're going to get. Probably it seems like. So she is a Phillips.
People keep asking them if they're going to get married at the Lift Division, and it's my question. My Uno reverse question to them is like, well, do you want to get married? Because you shouldn't if you don't. So if you do, great. Everybody will have a great time. So
they're a good couple. They work out. They're doing what they're doing.
Right.
Big Jonathan, one more time, where are they going to find you at?
On Instagram at Bo and Me, and then on Discord at Big Johnny P.
Good deal. Joey, where you at?
I'm somewhere on the Discord. I'm sure you can find me. And Instagram, Joey_Malesko, MLECZKO. Right. Fun fact, before you get into that.
Indeed.
I was looking in Apple Podcasts and reading the transcripts, and it spells my name wrong when I do that. So we got that going for us.
Oh, MLEZ.
Yeah.
What does it do?
I don't remember, but I think it does the MLE as like Emily.
Oh yeah, I can see that. Yeah. That actually would be funny.
Yeah.
Get a screenshot of that.
Yeah, I'll see if I can find it again. But I was looking back. No, because on Apple Podcast you can do the transcript.
Oh, okay.
Because I was trying to find something somebody said. Yeah,
a lot of people post the ones now where it's like the subtitles essentially are going.
No, that's that's it. That's the transcript.
Oh, okay, but it's in real time, right?
Yeah.
So yes, transcript, subtitle, whichever. But like, I think it was Big Chad, who likes to be called CJ, but it doesn't tell anyone. So big CJ Chad there had posted one, and I think it was me talking because it was like maybe, but it was like a very firm, annoyed opinion about something of like essentially about people not putting in the effort or something like that. And I was like, that has to be like I'm the only one that says that. Like I'm the only one that gets mad at Lazy Crew. So it's like, but I'm like, I don't have any memory of this reference, and he couldn't refresh my memory. So I was kind of like, damn, I wanted to know. That's the worst part about doing these episodes, especially the one last week, because we recorded like a week, like 5 days early. So like listening back to people having the banter on our chat, and I'm like, maybe I should have listened to that episode, because I don't remember like all these references, like outside of like the bigger points, like little things when they're like, oh, I really thought it was funny when this happened. I'm like, That sounds funny, but I don't remember. But I don't know. Maybe I need to dive back into listening to our episodes. But it's just
You're right. That is funny. I hope it
I
was
don't.
me.
I don't know. I'm curious if Tommy's ever listened to their. I know. I think Tanner might listen to their own stuff. Maybe.
It's
I'm curious if
it's
Tommy listens. Maybe he does it when he just has to edit the YouTube video. But
it's kind of funny you brought that up in sort of way, because when we left Crew Falls, we left Tommy's garage and all that
mhm.
chalk aftermath. I hit Tommy with on the way out. I hit him with, I meant to talk to you about your pest control, but I just ran out of time. And he looked at me like, what in the hell are you talking
That's
about?
funny.
So the joke didn't land. So then it was just,
Oh, that
anyway,
is
he
funny that
finally
he.
ended up realizing what I was talking about. And he was like, oh, at that point, it was not funny, but
That is actually
yeah.
that is really funny. I do think it's hard though. You're so
Oh,
involved in
I can't
something to then
imagine.
like I wish I could be a fly like I would this would be my favorite podcast to listen to if we didn't like if I wasn't on it. Like because it's
Yeah.
what we like.
Right.
Like I want
Yeah.
to learn about my friends. Like it'd be I could it would be cool to do it vicariously through some other host maybe, but like
Sure.
it's hard to do it twice in the same it's hard to like listen to the same fucking episode what we just did and like put all this energy into to then just turn around and just do it like and for the first 6 months maybe even I wouldn't say a year the first several months I did listen to every episode but I think
Me
that's when
too.
I was still nervous and was I think we were trying to learn how to
Like
podcast at that point
figure, yeah,
so we were
that
like
makes
oh
sense.
this was stupid this didn't work but that did but I feel like what we do now is we're going to do it the way we want to do it no matter what at this point so
Yeah.
like listening to
Hmm.
ourselves now
Right.
is
Yeah.
so
You froze a bit there. I was gonna
Yeah.
say it's like when you're a chef, you taste your own sauce, but not when you have the recipe down,
Right.
word.
Yeah.
right? So
Yeah. When you get
anyway,
things
All right.
smoothed out, you just
So
roll with it. Yeah.
indeed. So we have the Instagram unpaid and underrated podcast. Yes. Website unpaidinternpodcast.com. I really wish we could buy the rights to unpaid and underrated podcast or unpaidandunderrated.com or
ain't nobody
something to that
typing
extent.
all that.
True, but unpaid intern, like, is
Yeah.
that your guys' podcast? So like the new people, but I don't know.
Mhm.
I don't think anyone ever goes to the website. I fucking link the website every goddamn time. I don't know if anyone ever goes to it. Oh,
Unless I beat you
speaking,
to it.
yeah,
Yeah.
which is sometimes that's nice. It takes a little bit off my plate for sure. Every now and then, like I was up at like 3:30 the other day. I was like, oh, I'm gonna post this before him, fucker, because it's like a little like I think I woke up to just take a piss. I wasn't even up for the day yet because my schedule. I'm literally up between 4 and 6, like, and it I
Yep.
don't my start time varies by job.
Does it varies that much? Yeah.
Well, it's because I might have a 3 hour commute, I might have a 2 hour commute, I might have a
Oh.
1 hour commute, but I get paid door to door, so like I'm not having to like drive and
Mhm.
unpaid. Literally, I'm
Unpaid.
literally not driving unpaid. It's
Right.
it's very
That
underrated
would
to drive
that
paid.
I was gonna say, yeah.
I will touch base. I think I meant to put this in the general topics, but I might have slipped out. I don't know if anyone's noticed. I've been doing these story highlight. What is it? Like a spotlight, if you will, where you can share someone's profile, but it's not just tagging them. It's like this big, nice,
Mhm.
like it does like a screenshot of their essential front page. I feel like that might help our guest, and like if I do like a crew spotlight, get some more followers versus just a picture and then tagging them because I don't think anyone ever clicks on a tag or understands that you can click on the highlighted name and especially when it's like if you don't make it really big it's hard but doing this sharing the profile itself and just anything you click on that whole page takes you right to their profile because I did it for Hogan the other day when he was trying to get all the new followers and he said he got like 10 new followers out of doing it like that and I know I've done it before and he got like one so I think I'm going to do it for the guest each week. I might start doing it for birthdays or if something cool happened, it's not going to be the supporting your supporting member thing, but occasionally I might do that. And I was even debating of going back through because there's so many new people that for sure didn't
Hmm.
listen to episode 1 to 100 that we put out. And maybe like, start with Damager and then go to Scants and like just once a week link the old episode and just like that guest profile just to help this melting pot of crew kind of not forget our founding fathers maybe because a lot of those guys maybe not as interactive as the newer crew and just kind of want to keep everyone in the circle but I
I
don't know
I I
Yeah.
think I would make the argument that the ROI on that would be low.
yeah but it'd be more of a if I have time thing too
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
then if you
I
don't get featured don't be mad
don't put too much time or effort into
yeah I
that.
won't like spreadsheet
The
OCD it but at least I'm gonna regard at minimum I'm gonna do it for this is this week's guest click on their profile and actually do the pay like the full
the
share not just a
I don't
tag.
know what's going on with Instagram. I got 10 new followers in 2 days.
Hmm.
and they're real. Like, I'm not
yeah.
including the bots.
Yeah, I'm hit or miss on who's
I
real or
haven't
not. And
I haven't posted in a week. That's why the post the other day was like, I guess I have to post my deadlift because I don't know why any of you are here at this point.
funny.
So I don't know, Instagram's weird like that. So anyway, we got the
Yep.
Instagram, we got the website.
We got a YouTube, and I am Keith Honeycutt 73 on Instagram. More importantly, go follow my Orange Gem, the No Wine Cellar. Until then, see you next Tuesday.